praise is due to the Most High. We talking boxing talk. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sometimes like in boxing, life knock you down. Get up on both feet, we never accept defeat. Remove the chains off your mind and take your time. The truth teller's always on the front line. You COINTELPRO boxer fans, you're dead wrong. Spitting division and hate all day long. But I rebuke you spineless devils in the name of Jesus. And y'all know we really don't give a damn about your wicked motives, always trying to split the fam. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sunday afternoon, I need to unwind. I grab a cup of tea and play my sister Sugar Free. Mom, her knowledge, she will set you free. But don't get it twisted, ain't nothing sweet. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. My brother Drew Titan early in the AM, always speaking facts about the code. All the truth tellers, yeah, they real bold. The General 7-8, yeah, he real cold. Need some boxing history, shout out to Stormy B. Queen Shawala, always on the scene. And gotta give a shout out to our champ side. Getting us real facts, always down to ride. Now through one of these truth tellers, you found me. Now let's talk boxing with Coach B. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Shout out to my brothers Freedom March, Patrice X, who helped me put this whole thing together, and my sister, the great honorable Dr. Cameron Fields, helping us get our minds right. Mind, body, and soul. Peace to the family, peace to my comrades, and it's always smoke to the COINTELPRO boxing fan. It is January 1st, 2026. Welcome in, family, and Happy New Year. I'm sure they got each other's back like a jam sport. Girls in the league are they own like Gina Davis, Nina Simone ladies, Tina Fey chicks, Christina Applegates, and Benita Applebombs that don't ask and say nothing. Let the people know Coach Hudson is live. I have been shadow banned. We must be our own algorithm. Let the people know that we are live. If you love what we bring to the YouTube space for the truth tellers in the sport of boxing, make sure you press that notify button so anytime I go live, you will know that Coach Hudson is in the building. Welcome on in, family. Yeah, keep shining. I've been known to talk about women on a track or two. I talk to women, I just can't talk for women. That's for you. We need women for that. More women in rap, even tracks like Quali's for women. The greatest black fighters with the most impact on the sport of boxing of all time, top 10 list we will be going over today. Come on in, family. How you Rockefeller, Stacey Dash names. We just need your voice like a acapella. Something in the music's gotta change. A lot of things. It's funny how words like consciousness and positive music can somehow start to feel hollow. We will be dropping the link, so make sure you let the people know we are live. You will have a chance to call in and speak your own historical facts and those who have been impactful to you in the sport of boxing. Come on in, family. Always keep shining. Keep shining. There ain't nothing to be sad about. We all made it to January 1st, 2026 with breath in your body. If you can hear the sound of my voice, life ain't so bad. Keep shining. Check it out. My mom taught me where to keep my heart. My aunts taught me how to sing two parts. My sis taught me how to pair. For those of you who remember Fight Night Champion, come on in the building. Let them know. Let these youngers know they don't know nothing about this. My girl cousins in activism and art. They taught me there's no curls too tight, no mind too bright, no skin too dark to keep shining. Yeah, keep shining. 2026. We made it, y'all. Come on in. Welcome in, family. Let's go ahead and get this roll call started. So first we have Dr. Cameron Fields in the building. Says salute Coach Hudson and the chat. I repeat, we have the beautiful brown skin Dr. Cameron Fields is in the building.
I can't tell where mine is. Brown skin up against my brown skin. Need some every now and then.
We have my brother Patrice X is in the building. Patrice X says this song is off of Fight Night Champions. I believe bringing back memories. Salute to my brother Patrice X, always coming in, dropping the knowledge for the people. We always have to give a shout out to our brother Patrice X when he enters the room.
Who taught you, please? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man?
Our brother Patrice X in the building. Let's go ahead and get this background music going. So at first, family, I was going to do the pound for pound list like many others, but someone asked me, hey, coach, why don't you try to do a pound for pound list on some of the most impactful black fighters in the sport of boxing? So that is what I'm going to be doing today. Please let me know in the chat that you can hear me. Please let me know that you can hear me clearly before we get to start cooking and they try to mess with my live. So we're going to slow it down for the haters. So family, let me start off by saying this. This is my list. Your 10 most impactful might be different, and that's okay. This is not to throw shade on anyone else. This is not to belittle the accomplishments of other people in the sport of boxing. But for today, I have a list of 10 people who have changed the sport of boxing in some form or fashion in the world. Black people from the Black American experience. And you might learn something today if you are humble enough to listen, and Coach Hudson is going to drop the link later because I'm humble enough to learn some things from you, family, as well. Things that Coach Hudson maybe didn't know either about the sport of boxing. And on that point, let me say this. There is this toxic thing going on that I see a lot in these YouTube spaces. Intellectual masturbation, if you will. We all can learn something from each other if we are humble enough. I repeat, if we are humble enough to learn. Now, if there's misinformation being put out, correct it. But nobody is the first telling this information. All of this information and most of the information that we go over when we're talking about the history of the sport has been told already. Salute to Mr. Cell Block 60. Mr. Tap Out is in the building. Another supporter of the channel. Always coming through. Support Coach Hudson, supporting the channel. Got to give a shout out to our brother, Mr. Tap Out. So let me make sure that we have our banners up before we get started on this great list. And I know they're like, man, why he got Bill up there already? I thought we talking about the most impactful. Just calm down. It's gonna be all right. I promise. It's gonna be okay. We'll put our call out the hypocrite. We're gonna show the comments so the people can see who watch later. Trying to show this back. Oh. Scroll bottom thicker. So that's how y'all do that. Okay. Coach learning something today. See, look at that. Already learning. No, I don't want the timer on. There we go. We got the comments on the screen. Please like, subscribe, share. Let the family know that Coach Hudson is live. Please and thank you. All those things are free. There we go. If you want to send in a donation or a super chat to the channel later on, that's the information up there. I will be dropping the link so you all can put your 2 cents in as well. So first of all, coming in at number 10, let's get right into it. Welcome in, family. If you're just not coming in, all praises to the Most High for all of us being able to be alive today. Amen. January 1st, 2026, new year. There's breath in your body. You are in your right mind if you can hear me. And it's time to cook. So some people I already know are saying, why is Bill Haney and Devin Haney up there? Why are they number 10? Coach Hudson, come on, man. They haven't done enough. If you allow me, I'm going to break everything down that I say. That I can promise you. Give Coach 1 second. My world is this world yours. Man, I'm not trying. All my cameras set up because Coach is streaming in more than one platform. All right, so here we go. So listen up, family. The reason why I picked Bill Haney and Devin Haney coming in at number 10, even though Devin Haney's career is not over yet, I want to talk about the impact of the business model of Devin and Bill Haney. Devin Haney at this point is not just an asset, because historically, Black fighters were treated as what? Black fighters were treated as entertainment, labor, and disposable attractions. The Haneys have rejected that model. For those who have followed Coach Hudson for a while, you have heard me say they refuse to sign up to a plantation, which makes them public enemy number one. The Haneys have positioned themselves to be a mobile champion, a free agent, a brand that rents belts, not the other way around. Let me say that again if that maybe flew over your head. A brand that rents belts and not the other way around. Now listen, what would happen right now if more fighters were free agents and had the business leverage like the Haneys do? It would change the sport of boxing. For those who don't know, historically, the mob, other crime syndicates have had their hooks a lot of times in the fighter and in the business of boxing. I believe what Devin Haney and Bill Haney are doing right now, in the next 50 years, will be looked back on and studied as one of the most transformational business moves in the sport of boxing. I don't care who your favorite fighter is. That's not what this is about. I don't care if you like Shakur over Devin, if you like Tank over Devin. The point that I'm making is the business leverage that Bill Haney has and Devin Haney has not been seen before. Let me repeat. People are not going to like this. It has not been seen before in the sport of boxing. There is only one other person who you can maybe compare, and that is the leverage that Floyd Mayweather had once he parted ways from Top Rank. But we have to start giving context. What context are you talking about, Coach? The context to Floyd Mayweather's story is this. Floyd Mayweather had help from the business mind of Jay Prince. It was not the business mind of his father. Actually, the history states that Floyd Mayweather Sr. was not okay with what Jay Prince was trying to do. Because when Jay Prince came in, Jay Prince said, I see you don't have control over your own money. That's problem number one. So Floyd Mayweather Sr. said, hey man, I don't like this dude, Jay Prince. Because Floyd Mayweather Sr. was used to the old business model of sharecropper, of the black body being used for wealth, for entertainment, and while I take the prize money and give you a little cut of it and feed my families and send them off, once your black body is battered and done, we're going to use this business model again. But Devin Haney, under the leadership of his father, said no, we are going to do it differently. We are going to do it my way. And if you disagree, I dare you to tell me one fighter, and I'll take my time. I'll give you time. We have time today, family. Name me one fighter that did not go through the Olympics that has had the leverage that Bill and Devin Haney have right now. Salute to Nada 86 in the building, who says salute Coach Hudson and salute to the mighty LDBC. God bless the mighty LDBC. Our brother Nada 86, always paying the cost to be the boss.
1, 2, get down. Paid the cost to be the boss.
Salute to our brother Nata, 86 in the building. Now, family, stay with me. This is why I bring them in at number 10 on the greatest black fighter with the impact changing the sport of boxing that I honestly do believe in the future will change the relationship between the fighters and these organizations. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast is in building. Shout out to my family coming in, always keeping it G'd up.
Wow, wow. What's up, Cat? Damn. Yeah. Some motherfucking doghouse battle cat collapse.
Now that is number 10. So if that's 10, I know y'all thinking, if Devin and Bill is 10, who's number 9? My family, I got to do my risk assessment and my statement to the family. First of all, this channel was created for the black American boxing supporters and fan base. But if you are outside of the tribe, if you are not black, but you love the sport of boxing, you love the integrity, the warriorship, you are welcome. As long as you are respectful, you might learn something about us that you didn't know before. If you are a compromising, spineless, self-hating Negro, and you know deep down inside you hate your coach Hudson talk. You know deep down inside you hate to hear me when I'm on the General 7H channel. You know you hate to hear me when I come on the panel on Drew Titan's channel. You know you hate to hear me when I'm on the Brother Champside's channel. You are not welcome. We will not do any compromising. We will not do any inferior ceiling thinking where we always have to reach out from amongst ourselves. We have greatness right here and from within. On this ride of truth, I ask you to keep your hands and your feet inside of the ride. I don't want you all to let this hurt your feelings. At number 9, Coach Hudson, man, who you got coming in at number 9? I wish I could say that number 9 is Deontay Wilder. And I wish I could give you good news and a good reason that I'm bringing up my brother at number 9. And Black American heavyweight who was on the road to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, who has an extraordinary story, one of the highest knockout ratios in boxing history. But unfortunately, what this man showed us is the self-hate within our group and the hypocrisy of this country when it comes to confident, talented black athletes. Deontay Wilder and his story, his journey, held up that ugly mirror, that ugly reflection to the people. I would have to say, and you all can tell me if you disagree, but a lot of the infighting that we have, it has become more and more uglier, especially in these YouTube spaces, started around the uprising of Deontay Wilder. Would you agree? If you agree, type agree. If you disagree, type disagree. Or, like I always say, can I get an amen? I never saw so many black people. I've never seen so many black men root against a man that stands up like Deontay Wilder. So what I started realizing, and I had to catch myself for how upset I was getting, is I said, man, there's a problem here. I was inside of a bar. Excuse me, let me say this right. I was at Dave and Buster's with my family, and I was watching the Wilder versus Fury 1 fight. And over in the corner, I seen a group of brothers with their women. And these brothers were on their feet. These black American brothers were on their feet rooting for Tyson Fury. So I sat back, I said, well, let me try to figure this out and see what's going on. And I seen the look on the sisters' faces that were with them, and they looked so embarrassed. They looked so embarrassed to be on the arms of these brothers. Because the side I was sitting on, we're rooting for our guy. We were rooting for our tribe. I said, well, maybe they're from overseas. Maybe they're from where he's from. Nope. These brothers said this came out of their mouth. They just wanted to see him lose. They just wanted to see his mouth shut. And that is when I realized, family, we have an issue within our ranks. We no longer have to battle with the Larry Merchants and the Max Kellermans. We have brothers scared to death. And let me not say too much about Max at this point, because the Ring magazine interview that they just did, where they said who was the biggest upset or disappointment. Two brothers who were sitting at the table were scared to death to even mention the downfall of Ryan Garcia. Max Kellerman did. But that's where we are, family. And I believe that Deontay Wilder's unapologetically blackness coming up through the ranks of boxing, we started to see the infighting amongst ourselves in one of the most ugly ways. See, this is before Errol versus Crawford. This was before the Tank and the Devin and the Shakur beat. This was a black man who spoke up, who yelled to this day. And if we study the history of boxing, I can't think of a time where we were this separated, this unequal, ununified, with no common goal, no common ground. Salute 4-ounce snipers in the building. So unfortunately, in all of his greatness, Deontay Wilder showed us, and his impact on the sport of boxing is that we need to get our ish together. But I can do a whole live on Wilder alone. Let's go on to 8. Who do we have as number 8 most impactful black fighter that changed the sport of boxing? Now this one is going to throw you for a loop, and you might learn something if you're humble enough to learn. Put that on pause. Make sure the family can see that. Good, good. All right. All right, family. At number 8, I have the 1976 United States Olympic boxing team with Bernard Taylor, Aaron Pryor, Adrian Dennis, Leo Randolph, Louis Curtis, Julio Rodriguez III. We have Charles Mooney, Dave Armstrong, Clint Jackson, Roosevelt Green, Ray Leonard, James Kennedy, Howard Davis, Henry Bunch, Mike Spinks, Leon Spinks, Chuck Walker, B. Williamson, John Davis, Keith Broom, and missing is Marvin Stinson, Leonard Valencia, both fighters. Now, some of you might say, well, Coach, those are a few people. Well, I have to give a shout out to the team because I want you all to take a look at this. When they train in Cuba, they still mention this day. They still mention the day when the great 1976 Olympic boxing team beat Cuba and took more golds home than the infamous Cuban boxing team at the Olympics. Now, those of you that love, you love the Rangers, you love the Special Forces, you love the Recon Marines, you like to watch these movies about these greats. But you have to understand that those special teams in the military, they don't become what they become if the people before them didn't pave the way for them to be the badasses that they are. For decades, the two boxing teams that people feared was the Cuban boxing team and the American boxing team, going all the way up to the 90s. Part of that reason is because of that team, the 1976 boxing team that changed the training methods, that shaped fighters in a way we haven't seen since then. And since we've gotten away from those principles that those people laid and those coaches laid, the U.S. boxing team has lost more and more gold medals. When you don't learn from history, you make the same mistake. Coming in at number 7 might not be the reasons why you believe. Coming in at number 7 is Floyd Mayweather. Come on, Coach. Why you pick Floyd? Huh? Why you pick Floyd? They say Floyd was undefeated. That's great. Floyd made a bunch of money. That's great. But what was his impact on the sport of boxing that changed it forever? It might not be what you think. Floyd Mayweather impacted the boxing world by making Olympic-style random blood and urine testing a prominent, sought-after standard for major professional fights, challenging the traditional minimal testing protocols of athletic commissions. The shift in boxing's drug testing standards, initial demand and controversy. In late 2009, during negotiations for a potential mega fight with Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather insisted on comprehensive random out-of-competition testing by the U.S. anti-doping agency, USADA. a practice common in Olympic sports but virtually unheard of in professional boxing at the time. He highlighted the flaws of the commission testing. Mayweather's demand brought widespread attention to the inadequacies of standard athletic commission testing, which typically only involved a single pre or post fight urine test. Let me stop there and let me highlight that. If you want to, you can study some more of that on your own, but I just want to point this out to you all, man. For those of you who maybe think it didn't matter, before there was Olympic style random blood testing, there was one pre or post fight urine test. One. Do you all know how easy it is to microdose if you know you only have one test, either pre or post? Anybody notice how more fighters are getting caught the more they get these random tests? And even though fighters are still dying in the ring, you all notice how a lot of the fighters who have died in the ring, the people who they fought against later on are getting caught with positive performance enhancing drug tests. Family, it took somebody like a Floyd Mayweather, someone who's at the top of the sport, one of the faces of boxing, had to demand this. You see, it's a lot that they could do to fix the sport of boxing, but a lot of the people on top are absent, nowhere to be found. So Floyd bringing a light to that, even though I do not agree with a lot of his moves outside of the sport, I can't take that away from him. Coming in at number 5. Take our time with this one, family. I got a juicer. And that's strong. I got some grapefruit, some turmeric, some ginger. Mixed it all up, family. A1. My brother Patrice X says, crazy thing is, media called him coward because he demanded random blood and urine testing. And that brother Patrice X is always reminding us of the timeline that people want to all of a sudden ignore. Like they say on life, tell them about the gun line, boss. Tell them about the timeline, boss. Tell them about the timeline, boss. Gonna do what they want to do. Here. Coming in at number 5. We have a donation. Shout out to Nata 86 with that 5-piece supporting the channel. I believe Nata 86 is my number 1 supporter in donating to the channel. So we got to give a shout out to Nata 86.
Running through the street when the money don't need. Say we need some money for some food to eat. Said it's hard. Said it's hard. You know. Running through the street when the money don't need. Say we need some money for some food to eat. Said it's hard. Said it's hard.
Now, crazy thing about this, family, is the closer we get to number 1, the younger generation, like some of you who are around Shakur's age and younger, I'm going to name some names. I'm going to give you a brief summary of them, why they're on this list, and we're going to keep moving. But I want you to study these names, study what they went through, so you do not have a weak understanding of where you come from and what the forefathers of the sport of boxing, your forefathers, if you are a Black American, what they did and what they contributed to the sport of boxing to change it forever. Coming in at number 5, for those of you who don't know who that man is, the great, legendary trainer, Eddie Futch. One of the greatest trainers that the sport of boxing has ever seen. And how did he impact the sport of boxing? This great, legendary trainer. Oh, and you know what, family? I'm going to drop the link just in case anybody want to call in and be with Coach. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Let me tell the young folks, come on in, Georgia. Let Coach talk to you for a second. Eddie is widely thought to be one of the top 3 trainers who ever lived. His success in training, developing fighters into world champions was equaled only by his ability to train fighters to defeat world champions. So family, if you were going against an Ali, if you were going against a Tyson, you know what they did? They said, man, we got to. You were going against a Roy Jones, an Evander Holyfield. And they said, hey, we got to go get Futch. We have to go see the wizard. Eddie Futch was the trainer of record for Joe Frazier, Riddick Bowe, Montel Griffin, when they defeated and handed Hall of Fame fighters like Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, and Roy Jones Jr. their first professional defeat. Do you know what kind of badass trainer you gotta be to train a fighter? Have a game plan to beat the likes of Ali, Holyfield, Roy Jones. Now, a lot of people like to talk about what they picked and how they write. And listen. This was the man that was right when it didn't even have nothing to do with him. Among the great upsets, Eddie Futch, on paper, on record, predicted Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson, predicted Frankie Randall over Julio Cesar Chavez, Evander Holyfield over Mike Tyson, Oliver McCall over Lennox Lewis. Talk to me, comrades. He had an eye. He had the vision. He was a bad man. Y'all hear me, family? That Eddie Futch was a bad man. I don't think y'all understand. It's like the man could see into the future and tell you exactly how that fighter would win. The skill set of that fighter. You see, he had vision, and you got to have vision.
Respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
You got to have vision, family. Can I get an amen?
Don't be ashamed to call his name.
So that is my number 5 on the list. I hope you are keeping track. Salute. The Stormy B-Man is in the building. The Sensei Stormy B-Man is in the building. That end was long because I was trying to find the theme music. Salute to the sensei. Now we are at number 5. So if Eddie Futch is number 5, we have to ask ourselves, Coach, where you going with this? This is where usually the fighting starts. But like I said, on this roller coaster, keep your feet and hands in the ride. And to my young people who follow me, these are some names, and this is the history. Some of these things you need to study so that when you hear fighters say things like the weight is too heavy on them, their mental can't handle what's going on outside of the ring, I'm going to show you what real weight look like. I'm going to show you what real resistance looks like. I'm going to show you what our forefathers went through. Well, what does the brother Walt say? Tendonism ain't even a word. Coming in at number, hold up, excuse me, Eddie Futch was 6 on the list. All right, so for those that's coming in, here's what we got. This is the top 10 most impactful black fighters or trainers who have impacted the sport of boxing. At number 10, we have Bill Haney and Devin Haney. Number 9, we have Deontay Wilder. Number 8, we have the 1976 U.S. Olympic team. At number 7, we have Floyd Mayweather Jr. And at number 6, we have the great legendary Eddie Futch. Number 5. Hold on, family. All right. Number 5. Here we go, family. Number 5, keep hope alive. Oh, there we go. Now for you young folks, this is the great, that old mongoose. And if you don't know about that mongoose, make sure you study up on the nature of the mongoose and the cobra. But let me tell you all a little something about this man and why, in my opinion, he is at number 5 as the most impactful Black American fighter. Let's get into it. Archie Moore, born Archibald Lee Wright, December 13th, 1913, was an American professional boxer and the longest reigning world light heavyweight champion of all time, 1952 to 1962. He had one of the longest professional careers in the history of the sport, competing from 1935 to 1963. Did y'all hear what I just said? From 1935 to 1963. Now I want you to ask yourselves, why would a man have to fight that long? That's a whole live on itself. Nicknamed the Mongoose and then the Old Mongoose, in the later half of his career, Moore was a highly strategic and defensive boxer. As of September 2025, BoxRec ranks Moore as the greatest light heavyweight boxer of all time. Of course, they want to be on the right side of history now, but I'll go into that in a second. Moore was named the greatest light heavyweight of all time by the Associated Press in 1999, and his 132 career knockouts remain the all-time record. My Lord. Now, based off of that, you might say, well, that's enough, coach. That is enough for him to be number 5, but that's not even why I put him at 5. This is why I put him at 5. With all he had going against him, listen how this man stood his ground. Archie Moore fought against the mob's control in boxing by refusing to sell out. I said he refused to sell out, which delayed his first world title shot for years. But he eventually won it and became a legendary champion, holding the light heavyweight title for a decade despite his advancing age, famously knocking out Von Durrell after being down 3 times in the first round in one of his many legendary battles against the era's powerful interest and top fighters, ESPN. Now, this man fought against the mob at a time where they were most definitely killing people, family. And he didn't bow down. He refused to bow down. Now, when these fighters get on these interviews, making it, and it's the young ones. I'm sorry, I got to call it for what it is. It's a lot of the young ones making it seem like life is just so hard. It's because they are suffering from that interior ceiling effect we preached about last week. They have no ties to their ancestral heritage, their ancestral background, the people that came before him. Now, many of you, maybe you don't, but there's a man by the name of Champside on YouTube, and he has a documentary, I believe it's called The Black Murderer's Row. Now, I'm going to tie some things together for you. Because the old mongoose, standing up like a man and refusing to bow down to the mob, they kept putting him in front of killers who were on that list. And they thought because in his old age, they would get him out of there. So some of you love the 52 blocks, right? You love the skull and bone, the triangle trade, cover the bullet, right? You love those moves. But stacking the cards, Philly shell, robbing the bank, Archie Moore. Go study your film, family. Go study your film. If you go study the history and the film, you will start realizing that the sport of boxing is the oldest sport that you can literally follow your sojourn here in America. American football can't do it. American basketball can't do it. For boxing, study and you will find. That is your homework. Oh, my brother Enoch Bird is in the building. Happy New Year to you, brother. Got to play something for my brother Enoch Bird. Let's see what we got. My brother's in the building. My brother Enoch Bird.
Run into the street when the money don't need. Say we need some money for some food to eat. He said it's hard.
Now, just imagine every fight you are under the threat of death. Imagine every single fight someone's trying to take your head off. This is what our ancestors went through, Shakur. You all want to talk about anxiety? You all want to talk about the trenches? You all want to talk about PTSD? You all remember that scene in Equalizer, the second Equalizer, when he had the gun to the young man's face? Was it the second or the third? Yeah, the second one. By the stairwell. And the young brother was going to throw his life away, and Denzel put the gun to him and said, "You don't know what death is. You have no idea." That is a powerful moment for every black elder and every young black man to understand this conversation between us has to happen. You got to stop pointing the finger at each other. Because see, I sit down with young people, and let me tell you one of the things that the young people say. You see, the young people point out the turncoat. A lot of the young people don't want to listen to the elders because they see a lot of the elders who are weak, compromising, and hypocrites. The old mongoose isn't taught in school. Joe Louis beating Max Schmeling isn't taught in school. You have to teach it. If you are in a gym, just like a brother I seen on Facebook yesterday, I forget the brother's name. I like the work he's doing. He has a kid who is a martial artist. Great brother. He's trying to box now. And he's at a Mexican gym, right? So his coach tells him, we're only playing Mexican salsa music here from now on. He thought it was funny. I said, brother, I respect you. But if you are going to take this boxing thing serious, you're going to have to learn to beat to your own drum. You're going to have to learn to move your feet to your own drum. You're going to have to know the knowledge and the people that came before you, because that is what's going to carry you sometimes when it gets rough. That can be another live in itself. So who we got, family? We only have 4 more people, and it's about to get real. This is where the bickering and the arguing starts. I already know some people are going to want Ali as number 1. Some people are going to want Jack Johnson as number 1. Let's see what happens. Coming in at number 4, we have the great. Let me see if you all know about this man here. We have the great Joe Louis. Born May 13th, 1914 in Lafayette, Alabama. Now, if you need the instructions to know about this man, I want to give you homework to go study who this man Joe Louis was and what he did. Now remember, family, this is a list on the most impactful black fighters and trainer in the history of boxing. So why does Joe Louis get number 4? This is why we have to know the history and not his story. Because when the story is told through the lens of someone else, a lot of times it's not going to be told right. When Joe Louis beat Max Schmeling in front of the world and in front of Hitler, did you hear what I said? In front of Hitler, he forced America to accept a black hero. Now you got to know the history. Before Joe Louis, and Joe Louis' handlers told him, you can't be boisterous like Jack Johnson was. Don't piss off white folk. Excuse me, Caucasian folk. Don't piss off the racists and the bigots. Win gracefully. And before Joe Louis became the American hero, they didn't like him either. Everybody wants to be on the right side of history after our greats are dead and gone. Listen, we know we all gotta die. So I'm not wishing death on anyone when I say this. But when Coach Prime goes on to be with God, the people in sports and entertainment are going to make it seem that they were on the right side of history. They're going to make it seem like they never put a lynching message out for his children. The same way they did with Ali. The same way they did with Brother Malcolm. The same way they did with Dr. King. You all were not friends of our forefathers. You hated them. You bugged their phones. You infiltrated their friend groups. But when you don't know the history, that inferior ceiling effect is in your mind. But I'm so happy to be here today with you, family. I'm so happy to have a platform where I don't have to coon. I don't have to scratch where I don't itch. Smile when I don't find anything funny. We get to be truth tellers over here. And this is for the Black American supporter of the sport of boxing. This is for Black Americans, period. And this is for those who might not know this about us. So we are down to the last three. Now y'all know it's about to get real. Coming in at number 3, who could it be? Let's see who we got. This was a hard one, family. This was a hard one. I'm gonna tell you why. All right. Trying to make sure it's good so you all can see me. Okay. Now, at number 3, I have Jack Johnson. It was between, and I'm gonna tell you why it was hard. It was between Jack Johnson and Sugar Ray Robinson. This one was a tough one. I had to go with Jack. I'm gonna go into it, but those of you that know, you know, I had to go with Jack, and I didn't have enough space to squeeze Sugar Ray Robinson in there. But you know, Sugar Ray Robinson could be here as well at number 3. But I have to on impact, because we're talking about impact, people, not a regular pound for pound list. Impact. The key word is impact. Jack Johnson, who was mentioned in the Dave Chappelle, special. Name still being brought up in 2025, huh? The Man Act still being used to take people down, right? Jack Johnson came through trailblazing. He didn't care about what racist Caucasians thought. He loved Caucasian women. He would punish his opponents, beating them till they wanted to go down, but he would hold them up to beat them more. He made a statement in the ring to tell you, I am a man. My brother Patrice X says, did he lose points for going to help that Nazi train against Joe Louis? Yes, he did. That is why I had to keep him at 3. And for those of you that don't know what Patrice X is speaking of, thank you, my brother Patrice X. Always having my neurons fire quickly. When Joe Louis fought Max Schmeling the first time in Madison Square Garden, Jack Johnson went over to Max Schmeling's team, telling them about a weakness that Joe Louis had. And for those of you that don't know the history, to my young brothers and sisters, I want you to understand that there used to be a price to pay when you turned on your own people and when you were off cold. The great men and women of Black Harlem chased down Jack Johnson and beat him down. They did not care that he was former heavyweight champion Jack Johnson. They whooped that ass for being off cold. And I don't promote violence, but I can't lie. Some of y'all in the ranks who act like you with us, you need your ass whooped. You do. Because that same rebellious spirit that is in a man to make him turn on his own, I know it's in you. I wish I could just relax and have a normal boxing conversation with some of my brothers. But you see, when we try to have conversations like this in other places, somebody always tries to come through and make us deviate off of that topic, don't they? But not here. That's not going to happen here. Because one of my truth tellers in the chat with the wrenches will escort your ass up out of here. So Jack Johnson does lose points for that, but I can't take away for what he did as the black heavyweight champion who won the black organization that worked as the Black Negro Boxing League. He won that heavyweight champion first. And he won the World Heavyweight Championship. But he did do what he did when it was time for his brother to fight against Max Schmeling. And he paid a price for messing with Caucasian women. He paid a price. But when you all hear about a fighter needing to be humble, a fighter learning their lesson, this is not new. So to my young brothers and sisters and to my old ones that don't know, when they come to you and they try to tell you, oh man, can we just keep it boxing? Can we just not talk about the race? Hey y'all, we didn't start it. This is how we got here. Knees are the shoulders we stand on. We are down to 1-2, and I would like anyone that wants to call in and tell me who was the most impactful for you when I get done with my number 1. Coming in at number 2. Oh man, hold on, family. Let me see if you all are familiar. Coming in at number 2, if you all are familiar with this voice, you all already know I'm coming.
Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Bad. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast.
Incredible.
You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
I know that's your man. I know you got him picked, but I'm gonna show you I'm going to show you how great I am. Man, listen. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Now, he might not be number one on my impact list, but in my heart and in my soul, when it comes to the sport of boxing, when it comes to warriorship, when it comes to standing up to your oppressor, unapologetically black, the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali is the man. And he did not care who stood in front of him with the microphone. Look how when they pressed him and Dr. King, what the great Muhammad Ali said. Y'all can't tell me nothing about Ali.
Just friends, just like Khrushchev and Kennedy and everybody. When all of the politicians of all other white races come together, and although they believe different, they think different, whites can come together and discuss the common cause. But whenever a few of us come together, the world is shook up. And I say, whatever went back there, it's our business. Right?
Whatever went on back there is our business. Whatever went on back there is our business. Who give a damn what you think about what we talking about? Stop acting like you're a friend of ours when I know you're not. See, Ali knew. He knew who you was back then, and he knew what you was today. Now, for those of you that want to talk about, salute, brothers. I see y'all coming in. My brother Snoopy Mac, my brother Freedom's marching the building. Salute. Let me say this. To some of you brothers that want to talk about the trenches, Ali was in the trenches. Damn it, Ali was in the trenches. All of his friends are getting shot down, getting put in jail. Don't talk to me about no trenches. See, these are the shoulders you all stand on, which is why I get so pissed off with some of you fighters today. You tell your brother you're not going to give him a shot, and then you try to give another man a shot that's not even part of your tribe. Then Ali stands up front and goes against the government and says, I'm not going over there. If I'm going to fight somebody, I'm going to fight you right here, because you are my oppressor. You are the one in the way when I want freedom. That's why he's the greatest. So any of you brothers, when I see you on Facebook and these social media platforms saying I don't want to hear about all that shit, you are a hold up. Come on back, coach. Hold up. You are a dishonorable, contentious, spirited, Judas-minded, turncoat and hypocrite to the liberation, the freedom, the integrity of a whole people. If you crap on a man like that in front of our women and our children, you are a threat to us. And I like the way it feels to have my platform to be able to say this for the truth tellers who asked me to be here. When you constantly have to reach out from within yourself and your own to know what greatness is or see greatness, you have some coon in you that you need to have removed as soon as possible. Three years, they blackball him. Malcolm's assassinated. One of his best friends. He's having issues with the nation. And the nation is having issues with itself. The whole black community is under attack at this time. And Ali is still standing up. Don't talk to me about no trenches. Don't talk to me about no mental health. You all didn't go through half of what these brothers went through. Last clip of the great Muhammad Ali, and then I'm going to go to my number one.
Wait. Is this on first? Utah is alive right now. Everybody stop talking now. Attention. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time on a beach Sunday. Listen, I told you today, I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Right. Then you might get me.
Salute to the great Muhammad Ali. Let me give a shout out again to Nata 86 supporting
this
channel.
Christmas. There's more magic on the mountain than ever before. Like
salute to our brother Nata 86 with that PayPal 5-piece. One more time, shout out to Nata 86 in the building.
Roll with clever broads with goals like better off, seeking better jobs instead of running scams like set it off. Some aren't the sharpest, but they know what they stand for. They don't let jams disrespect them on the dance floor. And know they never hit college like the damn poor. For damn sure they got each other's back like a jam sport. Girls in the league of their own like Gina Davis.
And at number one. Now, if Ali was number two, we have to ask who's number one. Before I say who number one is, let me put the link in the chat just in case anyone wants to call up and you want to talk about who impacted you the most in the sport of boxing, or memory you want to speak about. One of my great memories when it comes to family and boxing is my Uncle Keith having a fight party for Roy Jones in Pensacola, Florida. That's one of the most impactful moments of my childhood when it comes to boxing. The first pair of gloves someone bought for me. You know, if you have any memories like that, or any person you want to shout out that's maybe not on that list. So before I call number one, who the number one person is, we have from 10 to 9, we have Bill and Devin Haney, Deontay Wilder, the 1976 U.S. Olympic team, Floyd Mayweather, Eddie Futch, Archie Moore, Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, and the great Muhammad Ali. Who is number one? Now, this is for the boxing scholars. If you know this name, you've been doing some studying. The great Bill Richmond.
Before Muhammad Ali, before Joe Louis, and even Jack Johnson, pioneering boxer Bill Richmond's life is a fascinating story of resilience and achievements. He became one of the first black sports celebrities. Born into slavery in 1763 in Staten Island, New York, he was freed during the American Revolutionary War by British soldiers. Richmond went to England in 1777. He had his education paid for and apprenticed as a cabinet maker in York. Richmond's boxing career didn't start until he was 40, quite late for a boxer. He fought notable opponents, including Tom Cribb, one of the most famous boxers of his time. His skills in the ring earned him respect and admiration. Well-dressed and self-confident, Richmond had several public brawls because of racist insults thrown his way. He also trained other boxers, contributing to sports development. Beyond boxing, Richmond was also successful in business. Bill Richmond's legacy is significant for breaking racial barriers and becoming one of the first black sports celebrities in Britain. Bill Richmond.
Salute to Bill Richmond. Coming in at number 1. Bill Richmond, born August 5th, 1763, was a British boxer born into slavery in Richmond Town, New York. Although born in colonial America, he lived for the majority of his life in England, where all his boxing contests took place. Richmond went to England in 1777, where he had his education paid for. He then apprenticed as a cabinet maker in York. In the early 1790s, Richmond married a local Englishwoman whose name was probably Mary Dunwick in a marriage recorded in Wakefield on the 29th. According to boxing writer Pierce Egan, the well-dressed, literate, and self-confident Richmond came on the receiving end of racist attitudes in Yorkshire. Egan describing several brawls involving Richmond because of insults. One brawl occurred after someone labeled Richmond a black devil for being with a white woman. Boy, this Snow Bunny stuff been whooping y'all from 200 years. Probably a reference to Richmond's wife. According to Egan, Richmond fought and won 5 boxing matches in Yorkshire, defeating George Docky Moore, 2 unnamed soldiers, 1 unnamed blacksmith, and Frank Myers. Now, I'm not going to go into everything, but listen, family. Let me paint this picture to you. This man was putting belt to ass. You hear me? Hold on, let me share this. In the 1700s. Now, Wikipedia briefly goes over it. Let me paint this picture, because this is what really went down. Bill Richmond was a grown-ass man before he was recruited. What they're trying to make it seem like is that he was born in the States and then was raised in the UK, and that's not how that went down. Bill Richmond was here first. He was a grown man when he came across some British soldiers, got in a fight with them, and because he was knocking their asses out, a British general saw him and wanted to take him back to the UK because as a promoter, like they see our talent now, he saw he could make some money off of this man's strength and boxing ability. Bill Richmond was Ali, was Jack Johnson, was Joe Louis, was Floyd Mayweather in the 1700s. Under the threat of constant death and ridicule. And was messing with the Snow Bunnies at the same damn time. Now, for you young folks, it's okay if you don't know who Bill Richmond is. But now, the responsibility is on you. Hold on, family, before I start preaching, because my brothers is coming in here. I see my brother Tim TV is in the building. He says, Coach is really a young OG. Salute to my brother Tim TV, my brother Snoopy Mac, my brother Freedoms March in the building. My brothers always keeping it G up.
Bow wow. What's up, Cass?
Dang.
Yeah.
Now, it is your responsibility, young brothers and young sisters, and young people from outside of our tribe. You need to know the history. What do you think the newspapers were saying about Bill Richmond back then? Well, they were saying that he was arrogant. They were saying that he needed to be humble. the same things that they are saying about Clarissa Shields today, the same thing that they were saying about Deontay Wilder, we want you to shut that mouth. The same thing they were talking about Muhammad Ali when his name was Cassius Clay and they called him the Louisville Lip. He's so arrogant. He needs to shut his mouth. The same, you see how the dots are connecting. Do you see this web that we are in? My bad, family. I thought I had put it in the chat. But I hope you all see this web and how it is connected. I hope you all see how you can take what is happening today all the way back to 1777. I want you to just dwell on how long that is, family. We are in year 2025. And the same propaganda machine that is used on fighters today was used in the 1700s. So to all of you young folks who are being taught about this subservient black man in your history class, I want you to know that that does not represent who and what you are and what your people have survived, what they have overcome, and what they built before their sojourn here, and what they built for the people who were here before the guests came. Isaiah W., salute. My brother in the chat. Good to see you. Good to see all of you all this new year. For those of you that believe in that type of thing, I know my brother Freedom don't believe in that. But don't worry, when spring get here, I'm going to make sure I tell my brother Happy New Year. But you need to study who Bill Richmond was. You need to study who he trained. Now, I have some young people that follow me. They might not say nothing in the chat, but they ask me offline and they say, Coach, what do I need to do to become a boxer or get ready? Before you do anything, I want you to study. I want you to study how someone like Bill Richmond is connected all the way to the fighter today. Oh, man. My brother Patrice X has entered the building. Let me go ahead and let him up and do his thing. Salute my brother Patrice X.
Coach Hudson, what's going on, man?
Man, you know I'm just up here preaching the word. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, man, first, I'd like to start by saying it's a great list and great history lessons. It's important for us to take the foundations that these fighters laid down and elevate it and take it to new levels. If y'all go back and look at the list, we can find patterns and strategies of success in a lot of the fighters' careers and how they maneuvered and kind of got through some very tough times and use those strategies not only in sports but in our personal lives. Now, I would like to give, you said if there's any other fighter we could shout out. You had Haney at 10. I'm going to put Haney at 10A. And I'm going to give a shout out to Clarissa Shields at 10B. I'm going to say that she checks all the boxes on the list. She's kind of young in the middle of her career like Devin. So it makes sense that, you know, Devin and her kind of take it or share that same spot. But her business acumen, starting her own company, her accomplishments becoming 3-time undisputed. And, you know, how many of these fighters on the list have their own movie? I think, Muhammad Ali might be the only other one. So she's also showing, you know, we as a people, we don't just dominate and influence in the male space, but we also do it big in the female space too. So I wanted to give her some shine as well, because you never know, there might be, you know, a young female listening who might need to hear that and say, you know what, that is right. Clarissa's on the list with these guys as well.
I like that. I appreciate that, brother. We have to add Clarissa Shields. That is a great honorable mention for what Clarissa Shields is doing. And man, she is just, I don't care what nobody say, man. Clarissa Shields, you don't have to like everything she says or how she says it, but man, that woman is holding it down for women's boxing. Alicia Baumgartner they're going to try to use Alicia Baumgardner and Clarissa Shields to cause this conflict that's going to go outside of boxing. But what I realize is they keep using the same play over and over again. And the quicker that we wake up and see that the only reason why we're not as strong as what we used to be is because of this foolishness that we keep spewing. So my brother Patrice X is writing as Zach and adding Clarissa. Now, if you could, would you add any men on the list that's not on there? Because I told you I wanted to put Sugar Ray Robinson in the spot of Jack Johnson, but for historical purpose, I just couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only name. But again, this list is, like you said, is different. It's influential versus, greatest pound for pound. So I can't really change anything. I'd throw Clarissa on the list. One thing I'll add with her too, how many other fighters on this list or in general play Lift Every Voice and Sing on the way to the ring?
Come on.
So she stands on it, more than anybody does, and she really is doing it in a time where I understand what Jack Johnson was going through and Ali, but there were some guys around that had their backs. Clarissa don't even have support from other men in the sport, really. So she's kind of out there on her own. So I got to give her some love. But as far as other men, I mean, you covered not only the ones that we all knew, but the number one on the list is somebody that, of course, I'm not familiar with. Boxing is not my number one sport, full disclosure, that I keep up with. But I did not know of him, and that's very important for us to then dive into some of these unknowns as well. But we appreciate the list, and I just wanted to come in and give Clarissa some props because she deserves it. But I'll get back to it. I'll let you get back to it as well. And then I hope to see you on later on this week as well. Salute.
Oh, man. Salute, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to our brother Patrice X, always coming through, dropping the truth on these airways every single time. My brother Patrice X. Appreciate you, brother. Peace.
All right. Take care. Peace.
My brother Patrice X. Now, family, I know, salute Aaron Butler. My brother Stupid Mac says, Sugar Ray Robinson is the reason for the pound for pound list. And, shout out to Sugar Ray Robinson. But this today was for the most impactful black fighters or trainer in the sport of boxing, meaning what they did in their journey in the sport of boxing changed the game forever. So, again, at the top, I had Bill and Devin Haney for their business acumen and potentially changing the way fighters can go about doing business in the sport of boxing forever. Let me say that again, forever. Not going through the Olympics, not signing to a major promotion organization. We had Wilder. We had the 1976 U.S. Olympic team. We have Floyd Mayweather for his Olympic style, the promotion of Olympic style drug testing, which every year we're seeing more and more fighters be caught. We have Eddie Futch, one of the greatest trainers in the sport of boxing of all time. We have Archie Moore for how he stood up against the mob, how they rooted against him and forced him to fight people on the black murderer's roll, thinking that would stop him, but it didn't. We had Joe Louis for beating Max Schmeling in front of Hitler and the world, forcing America to pick a black hero again. Or really for the first time, because they hated Jack Johnson. Then we have Jack Johnson for being the first world black heavyweight. And we gave him his lashes for what he did. At number 2, we have the great Muhammad Ali. And at number 1, we have great legendary Bill Richmond, that everyone should do their homework on. I'm going to show you how they put things in front of your faces, and sometimes you don't know what's going on. Watch this. To my young people, I want to show you. Watch this. One second, family. Now, I know. There we go. Elanio Miller. There it is. Now, of course, they took this show off of television. Dude, come on, man. We over here trying to teach. Y'all slowing me down. We're talking boxing talk, so pay attention. Now, for those of you who remember this show, which they quickly got off air, there was a show called The Underground. Now, I know a lot of people say, man, we tired of these slave shows, these slave movies. This movie, this series, this TV series wasn't like your normal. Don't redirect me to nothing. This wasn't your regular slave TV series. These slaves were gang banging on their oppressors, was killing their oppressors. There we go. Let me see if I can pull it up, family. Now, if you watched The Underground, which there are certain places you still can find it, but this man right here on the series The Underground is based off of Bill Richmond. In the series, he escapes from the plantation, he gets in a box, and he gets to the UK and becomes a bare knuckle fighter and becomes rich. He becomes so rich that he starts having white servants work for him. He walks around town whooping white men. And this character is actually based off of Bill Richmond. There's a lot of truth in that series. And I really believe, and this is another live in itself, that is not even about boxing. But I'm going to tell y'all this, family. My truth, I feel that this show, The Underground, and Lovecraft Country, which came out around the same time and has a writer that was on both projects. It was 3 shows that were really, really not just pro-black. You felt good watching them. You felt good seeing our people overcome adversity on these shows. It was Lovecraft Country, The Underground, and Luke Cage. Luke Cage on Netflix. They canceled these 2 shows And do you all know that Luke Cage is the only Marvel show that was on Netflix that they took all the way off of Netflix? And you have to actually buy the series on Amazon Prime to watch it. The Underground series, you can get it on Amazon Prime, and I think it's either on Hulu or HBO Max. But they took them all the way off of TV. And like my brother Snoopy Mac said, they definitely hide it in plain sight. Now to 86, because you support the channel so much, I'm going to find out with you on my live right now. Hold on, let me look it up. Now, there are a few different Underground series, so make sure you're clicking on the right one. Okay, I was right. You can watch it on Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu. The rest of them you have to pay for. But yeah, you can watch them on Hulu. But like my brother Snoopy Mac said, they hide things in plain sight. I'm going to actually put that on my screen for Natty 86 so they can see it. These are the places that show it. And the Underground, what's the sister's name? Smooyette, the young light-skinned girl from East Bayou. She's on the front of the cover. It's not the Underground that's with the Roots. The brother that was in Straight Outta Compton, he plays her love interest. But this show, if you have not seen the Underground, family, I promise you, watch it. It's not what you think. My brother Enoch Bird is in the building. Salute, my brother.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
You already know it. So awesome list. I number one, was he gonna put like Tom Molyneux or something like? But I got you. That's a great number one. You know, if it's not gonna be Ali.
Now you know who trained Tom.
Pardon?
Do you know who trained Tom?
No. Who trained him?
Bill Richmond.
Yes,
sir.
That's amazing. That's great. Talk about paying it forward, right? See, that's how you do it right there. That's, you got to pay it forward to each other, And they paved the way for an honorable mention that I wanted to include. He was a bantamweight from the 19th century. His name was George Dixon. He was a Canadian brother, and he was, but this was before sanctioning bodies, but he was the first black boxing champion of the world in any weight class. Jack Johnson was the first heavyweight, but George Dixon was the first one in any weight class. And George Dixon, he weighed like 87 pounds, and he was like 5'3", but he was a pioneer. Like he popularized different training methods, right? Such as the use of different suspended bags, connected to a chain, like the heavy bag, and also like speed bag work, and also popularizing shadow boxing, methods that are staples to this day and going forward, right? So just wanted to give, the heavyweights have more prestige, but wanted to give a shout out to George Dixon, the great George Dixon, the first black boxing champion of any weight class ever in 1888. Some newspapers say 1888. Other newspapers got along with the program 1890. But yeah.
I appreciate you coming through, dropping that knowledge, my brother Enoch Bird. And for those of you who don't know George Dixon, you need to go study. who George Dixon is, because George Dixon not only was the first black champion, he was self-taught. Nobody trained him. He taught himself. That's where you come from. That is your, whether they from America, from the UK, from America, these black men of those days had the same journey. But shout out to my brother Enoch Bird. You got anything else for us, brother?
Oh, just, to that point, we really are the most creative people on earth, and everybody just uses what we create. Like, everything you see around you, there's probably an unknown black person attached to it, that helped create it. Even, so, and awesome list, and I just wanted to contribute to that. And Happy New Year to everybody as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Happy New Year. Shout out to my brother Enoch Bird for coming through. Hold on, fam.
Salute.
All right, salute, brother. My brother Enoch Bird. Got to give a shout out to my brother coming through.
Said it's hard, running through the street when the money don't meet. Say we need some money for some food to eat.
So I would like to ask anyone in the chat. So we got George Dixon. Maybe we'll do a live on George one of these days. My brother Patrice X mentioned Clarissa Shields could be on the list. Now, I can't remember who asked me this, but someone asked me to do 2 lists. We talked about this last week. I said, I don't want to do a regular pound for pound list because everybody's already doing that. And it was either the Dirt Gang boss or Real Shelton, LDBC, who said, "Hey, coach, I hope I'm getting it right." It said, "Hey, coach, do top 10 most impactful, black fighters." So I tried to stick to Black American, but shout out to George Dixon. Still, my next pound for pound list is going to be the top 10 Black American pound for pound fighters today. And I know that one is when people's feathers might get a little ruffled, but it's going to be all right. Terrence Bud Crawford should be on there as well. Okay, so let's see. Let me ask you this. So these are my top 10, right? Let's start from 1. So Bill Richmond, Ali, Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Archie Moore, Eddie Futch, Floyd Mayweather, the 1976 U.S. Olympic team. We got Wilder. We got Bill Haney and Devin. So on that list, who would you want me to trade out and put Bud? I can tell you now, it ain't the first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ain't the first 6. So would you want me to trade out Floyd? Somebody about to get kicked out. Would you want me to trade out Floyd, the 1976 U.S. Olympic team, Wilder, or Bill Haney and Devin? And then my second question you would be is, what did Bud do? All right. So look, I want us to think about what we're saying. Salute, Drew Titan is in the building. My brother Drew Titan. Is Bud Crawford? There we go, Snoopy Mac. Is Bud Crawford the first to ever do what he did? And that's taking nothing away from the greatness of Bud Crawford. I was one of the loudest rooting for our brother. Okay, so I will go with that. I would say you could interchangeably trade out. Yeah. All right. So Patrice X says, Terrence Bud Crawford has pound for pound skill, but not pound for pound influence historically, especially when it comes to standing on business. Okay. Bud Crawford is a 3-time undisputed champion, correct? Bud Crawford is a 3-time undisputed champion, correct? Now, I do agree, Wilder and Bud can be interchangeable, because my reason for putting Wilder was pointing out what seemed to be the beginning and the clear rift between the black boxing community when it comes to the self-hate. He brought back pound for pound and being loyal to his team and where he came from. Was Bud Crawford the first person to be a 3-time undisputed champion? And with what Bud Crawford, what he did, has it impacted the sport of boxing on the level that these others have? And I'm not disagreeing with the last two, because if you take Bud Crawford, because let me make my reasoning clear again, family. Bill Richmond, Muhammad Ali, Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Archie Moore, Eddie Futch, Floyd Mayweather, 1976 U.S. Olympic team. That's not interchangeable. The impact that those people had and what they did, that's not interchangeable. Okay? But if we are going to remove Wilder and put Bud, if we are going to remove Bill Haney and Devin and put Bud, I need reasoning. Thank you. That's the answer I wanted. So, Bud is a 3-time undisputed and 4-time lineal, 5 different weight classes. Beautiful. Now, my question is, has Bud Crawford impacted the sport of boxing enough to remove Bill Haney and Devin or Wilder? I believe that Wilder and Bud can be interchangeable, but our reasoning might be different. Break it down, coach. All right. So, I would not remove Wilder and put Bud because of those accomplishments, because Bud is not the first to be a 3-time undisputed champion, number one. Because if that's the case, I would have to remove both of them and put Sugar Ray Robinson in, who is the reason why we have a pound for pound list. Can I get an amen? Hold on. Let me put my soundboard up, because we're about to start teaching again. Hold on. I said, can I get an amen? Why was the pound for pound list created? Let's go to school. Let's go there. Why was the pound for pound list created? Can I get an amen? Because see, if we're going to go off of that, family, remember, family, this is not a regular pound for pound list. This is the top 10. This is the top 10 most influential black boxers of all time. Muhammad Ali said he styled himself after Sugar Ray Robinson. Yes. But did Ali influence the sport more as a black American? Yes. Did Ali go against the United States government? Yes. Did Ali come back? Yes. Okay. Okay, so you say nobody was trying to be undisputed until Bud brought it back. Cool. Now, again, because that's not true. That's not true. Nobody was trying to be undisputed until Bud brought it back. That's not true. The truth is, there are people who were trying to be undisputed, but the politics of boxing kept that from happening. Because if we're going to go off that, then I should just remove Wilder and Bud and put Clarissa Shields, like Patrice X was saying. See, let me go back to the beginning. my risk assessment of my list and why I did this, family. Let me break this down. This is not about a regular pound for pound list. You being undisputed does not get you on the list, because you being undisputed doesn't impact the whole world of boxing. Okay? Bill Richmond was the first Jack Johnson. Bill Richmond was the first Ali. Okay? Muhammad Ali, when they call him the Louisville Lip, there was no black athlete that spoke like Ali since Jack Johnson. You say Bud beat the politics while his own people hated on him. Well, you know, we have discussed that as well. But let me ask you all, was Bud hated on more than his own people than Wilder? Now you got to be careful. You got to be careful. That's the way we're going to go. Now, if that's the way we're going to go, let's go there. Who was hated on more by their own people while repping their own people? Was it Wilder or Bud? Because there was some times, family, where Bud wasn't always being 100. Now we can't forget what had happened now, y'all. There was times where there were people standing up for Bud, and he said we didn't know Bob Arum's heart. See? Bud was frozen out way more than Wilder. What? Bud was frozen out way more than Wilder. Well, chat, what do y'all think? Do you all think that Bud Crawford was frozen out more than Wilder? I believe they both were frozen out, but I don't believe Bud was frozen out more than Wilder. Shit. Crawford got a fight with Gamboa when Wilder was still trying to get people to get on board for him to be able to fight Anthony Joshua. Wilder had to go do things that no other heavyweight wanted to go do when he went to go get Luis Ortiz twice. And them British heavyweights didn't want none of them. Them British heavyweights didn't want nothing to do with Ortiz. Wilder said, I'll go get that work. They won't have nothing to do with Fury. Wilder, I'll bring them back. Come on, y'all. We can't. I'm going to say this. My choice of 9 and 10 can be interchangeable. The same way Patrice X says, I would give Haney 10A and Clarissa Shields 10B. I would give Wilder 10A and Bud 10B. But the reason why I would give Bud 10B is not because of his record. Because if that's the case, I'll tell Wilder and Bud get out the house and Sugar Ray Robinson could be at number 9. We're not doing that. Because I could easily make the argument and say, well, the pound for pound list was created because of Sugar Ray Robinson, so let me go ahead and put him at 9. I'm not going to do that. I would give Bud 9B because of the way Bud won and left. The way Bud became 3-time undisputed champion and told the sanctioning bodies to kiss his black ass. That is the reason why I would interchange him. But when Bud Crawford was over there taking pictures with Tyson Fury, when the black boxing community was going through what we were going through with the whole Glovegate incident, we got to call it like it is. He wasn't on code then. When we were defending Bud and how Bob Arum was treating him before the lawsuit, and Bud said, you don't know his heart. Oh shit, hold on. My brother Drew Titan says, Sir Senior, dude, you think I forgot about you? I've just been quiet on you. You sure you want to do this? Oh man. Listen, family, let me tell y'all something. If you know that you've been on my brother Drew channel and y'all been getting into it, make yourself known when you come over here so I don't look crazy. We have to acknowledge the fact. We have to acknowledge the fact that the brothers who have been on code, they have more validity to be on this list. You can't be the most impactful as far as our people are concerned, and we can look at situations where you ain't been on code. We can't do it. There ain't no other fighter of our generation that has a more viral interview the way Wilder spoke to Radio Raheem and said, till this day, what you mean? So when we talk about the top 10 most influential, and don't get me wrong, family, because I'm the one that came on live and said, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Let me drop the link again, family. Maybe we need to talk. Hold on. Senior, if you want to come up, you come on up, and you and I can talk. Because I want everyone to understand what I'm saying, because I know I've been live for a minute, and you all might be thinking I'm saying something that I'm not. Aaron Butler says Bud stood up when he went to Black Prime, then stood up 2 belts. Facts. Those are the reasons. Those are the reasons I would interchange him with Wilder. But it ain't because of just the accomplishment. Man, my brother Drew in the building. Oh man, what's going on, brother?
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, man. What's going on?
All right, now listen, I ain't gonna be long-winded with this, but I've seen this guy around sniffing crotches on all of our channels for like pretty much all of 2025, and I left him alone. But what you might not know, a couple of years ago, I had to give this guy his walking pass.
Drew.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when YouTube changed all the names, everyone's names changed, and you know, you get a little lost in the shuffle. I just went to his channel to make sure that was him. It's him. That's a dude named Cooking with Sir. I actually did a short video about him. I'll send it to you on Instagram. He's a weirdo. He's a Bud apologist, and the purpose of your show is not to degrade Terrence Crawford. If you look at his last comment, he says a lot of channels built their channel off of degrading Bud Crawford. That's not true. That's not true. You know what it is true? You know what is true? Bud didn't, I'm trying not to curse, Bud didn't F with the black community that F'd with him. And to a degree, I understand, because he has to watch who he associates himself with. You know why? Look at where that got Deontay Wilder. Look at where it got him. Because he was showing everybody love. And all people did was talk about his fighting style. Meanwhile, I was looking at the results, which was good at that time. And they accepted a guy like Tyson Fury. They put AJ ahead of him. He was cheated by Fury 3 times. AJ, they justified that fight not happening. And you had American AJ fans who vanished since then. American AJ fans supporting them, freezing him out, undermining the fact that he's a 10-time defender of the WBC strap, right? So when we just make this little thing this morning and say, yo, look, we love Bud, we love Deontay, but Bud didn't go through what Deontay did. You want to talk about Bud? You see, now, when Bud started making waves, once he fought his major contemporary in Errol and he dominated him, I was at that fight. I bought 2 pay-per-views and I went to the fight. That's more than Sir Senior, whatever, Cooking with Sir. That's more than what any one of those Bud Crawford fans done. I'm outside. I said, all right, brother, let's move forward. At that point, I said I wanted Bud to go undefeated because I want him to make history. I never hated Bud. I questioned the business moves. All of my questions is answered, and I want that man to stay retired. But you know what? If you want to nitpick, what's up with Bud going to Dubai and meet with Daniel Kinahan and taking that picture with Tyson Fury? What's up with that? You see, I don't want to talk about that. I want to bring my brothers up. The man's retired, and I'd rather keep it like that. I don't want to give these fools any fuel to tear down the brother. Because they said tearing him down was actually with us holding him accountable. I said, no, Bud, why are you in Dubai with Daniel Kinahan when he was a free agent? And you're absolutely right. When Bob Arum said that he killed the Manny Pacquiao fight and gave it to Jeff Horn, and Jeff Horn got that dub. And we said, what the hell's going on? Bud told the black community, you don't know that man's heart. And I said, what's going on with Bud? So look, the man's retired, and I don't want to talk bad about him. I want to hold him to a level of greatness. But if you really want to nitpick, we can, sir. Now, another thing that Sir has done. You know, there was a lot of LDBC haters. They were doing, Sir wants to talk about how we built our channels off of talking down Bud. Not the case. Because the reality is Bud wasn't even making waves like that until Black Fight Fan went to Omaha to the gym and said, man, you got to come to Dallas and fight my boy Errol. The LDBC made that rivalry. We did that. So Bud needs to be saying thank you, but we ain't looking for that. And they'll never tell you that, but that's the truth. That is the truth. But what happened was they drew lines in the sand. What happened was there's a lot of anti-LDBC channels that built their brand off of hating on us. That is the truth. And what Sir was doing was he was moonlighting on those other channels. And that is a fact. I got eyes and ears everywhere. And then when he came to my channel, I said, bro, you're not allowed here anymore. And I dropped the link like you did just now. And he came on my day. And it was around Christmas, as a matter of fact. It was around Christmas. And I said, man, you can't be, listen, I don't tell you young cats where to go. I don't tell y'all where to go. All I'm telling you is when you go over there to the ops and they're talking crazy, having like entire black Klan rallies about me, that's fine. Go over there, but stay over there. You can't moonlight. You can't be two places at one time. You made your choice once you went over there. And he clicked the link and me and him was talking. He's talking about when Scotty gets to talking about you, I got low like a stripper's booty. I was like, what's going on with you? Yeah, ask Sir about that long ass DM that you sent me, sir. This is about 2 or 3 years ago now. Ask him about that DM. I have it. And I said, you saying that someone cloned your account, something that you said. I said, prove to me that it wasn't what I saw. And he said, my girl said. Don't even respond because people could alter things on the internet. I said, who's running the pants in that family, you or her? I'm just asking you to send me proof. If I got you fucked up, I'll unblock you. I never got a response. Now, when YouTube started putting the @ in people's name, I wasn't sure if that was him. I never bothered to click on it. But I just clicked on it this afternoon. It's him. So I'm just letting you know, family coach, he's an op. You do what you want with it. I don't tell you how to run your channel, but he's an op. And I'm going to DM you, I'm going to tag you in the short video that I did about him. I don't want these cats around me. It's January 1st, and he's one of the dudes. And I wasn't sure if it was him at first, but you see one name sets him off, Bud. We're not degrading Bud. Bud is great. I've done a great job protecting the integrity of Bud. But let's not try and alter history. Deontay went through it because the heavyweight champion means a little bit more than the middleweight one. Case in point, we love Sugar Ray Robinson, but Ali's on top of the world. And Ali said, hey, man, that patterned my whole style after Sugar Ray. But we hold Ali to a bigger regards than Ray Robinson. And I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Bud is great. We love Bud. We protect his integrity. But there's no way, shape, or form that he went through what Deontay went through. He didn't face he didn't have a contemporary where his contemporaries fan base justified him not fighting. Because Errol always wanted to fight Bud, and Errol made it happen. AJ never made it happen. And in the meantime, he got that fat coat sniffing Brit off the couch. They gave him not one, not two, but three paydays, and he was cheated every time, and the black American public didn't come to his defense.
That's a fact.
Where are the AJ fans, the American AJ fans right now? Where are the American Tyson Fury fans right now? So it absolutely, when we spoke up with Bud, Bud told us we don't know Bob Arum's heart. And then when he sued him for racial discrimination, that was strange, but what happened to that lawsuit? So please, I don't want to be in the business of telling the truth about Bud. That's what I tell about that's what I say about everybody. I say, look, you don't like my opinion about this fighter. Stop me when I'm lying. I do it to Bud, I did it to Tank, I did it to Fury, I do it to everybody. Stop me when I'm lying. I go where the facts take me. Now, sir, I just blocked you to tomorrow. You got something to respond? Click the damn link. I'm right here.
Sir, you heard my brother Drew, and the link is in the chat. Now let me say this, because anybody can call in. This is the third time somebody that knows that they have a problem with Drew, or you have a problem with the LDBC, and you don't make it known. See, I don't have a problem talking to anybody, but here's the issue. I have a term called the COINTELPRO boxing fan. And when you all sit up in these chats and you just watch, and then a word ticks you off or triggers you, knowing that you got beef with my brother and you don't say anything, I feel like you moving like an agent. Now, what did I tell y'all earlier? I said, every time we have a conversation like this, a great bill, Patrice X came in, and Patrice X said, hey, coach, if I were to add somebody or interchange somebody, I would put Clarissa Shields up there with Bill and Dev. Then we had Enoch Bird call in. Enoch Bird said, hey, coach. Hold on, here goes sir right here. Peace, sir. What's going on?
What's up?
Yeah,
how
go
y'all
ahead,
doing?
talk to me. All right, go talk to me. So what's going on?
You heard what
All
I
right.
said.
Yeah, don't interrupt me. I didn't click in until you was done talking. Now, first and foremost,
go ahead.
I've supported Drew for years. Back when we were still rocking with Fred and Fagnon and all of them was still all rocking together. All the black channels was trying to work together back then before people start acting funny. And then I was telling people, hey, people don't act the same when, it's one thing if you want to go everywhere in the boxing community or whatever community, you do what you want. It's your internet that you pay for. But people talk different when they go different places. So I was attacked for saying that. I was attacked for being a Bud fan. All I've been was just being a Bud fan. I even blatantly said, I'm an EJ fan. I like Bud better. I've always been a Wilder fan. Never been a Tyson Fury fan. I can say he is beating people. And I can say that he cheats. And he's been caught cheating. And I was on the internet, all over the different places, fighting with the Mexicans, fighting with all the different, the racist Mexicans, because all of them ain't racist, but most of them that talk on the internet is, and all the different places, bigging up Wilder and all that other kind of stuff. Like I said, all the way back when everybody was still going to Fred's channel, the only thing I did was, there was a guy, and you want to call names, WCS, who was beefing with Drew. And I wanted them to not beef. I said, we're stronger together. And because I said that to WCS made hit pieces on me, blocked me from his channel, and made a big thing about him taking my wrench and all this other kind of crap. Same thing with Drew. He did the same thing. It was at the same time. All I told them was, I respect both of them for the work they was putting in, but there was things that both of them did that I didn't agree with, but it's not my business past me saying that, hey, I've been rocking with you for a few years. I've been rocking with you for a few years. If y'all can work it out, cause we stronger together. As he said, I came on his channel the same way I clicked this link. I don't dump no smoke. Only thing I was talking about was simply, I wanted that to happen. They both said in their own ways, sometimes respectfully, but when they got in front of, the YouTube audience, disrespectfully, oh, well, you got to pick a side. I don't pick a side because that's not my beef. It wasn't like they had a issue where somebody did something wrong to each other's family. They was talking junk on the internet at that point. So I wanted them to squash it because I wanted us to be stronger together. Simple as that. And I still bigged up Bud as a fighter. The stuff I agree with, I said I agree with. The stuff I disagree with, I said I disagree with. That's all it was. And then it came into all this other stuff, calling me all types of homo names, talking junk about my wife, doing all this extra stuff where, one, my wife don't even be on the YouTube streets like that. Why you bringing my wife into us talking boxing? Why? What kind of gay stuff have to do with me talking boxing? It was okay for people to be.
Now, are you saying this was somebody from the LDBC, or
yes,
you saying Drew?
Yes, and Andrew.
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done.
And then very simply, at first, that's why I even spoke to Drew, because at first he was being reasonable about it and said, no, Sir Senior, he comes, he supports, he ain't said nothing crazy. But because someone sent him a screenshot of me laughing at somebody making a joke, if somebody makes a joke, then I'm going to laugh. If it goes too far, I get low, like his quote he had, like a stripper booty. That's what I used to say 3 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
So very simply, it's not my job to correct somebody else's mouth after I go and tell them that that was foul or disrespectful, or I felt some type of way about it, or to apologize to that man. It's on them to do that. I don't run nobody on the internet. I don't run none of these grown men. I'm a grown man who runs himself. That's it. So to tell me that I need to check somebody after I already checked them and blatantly said on his channel I checked them and said that wasn't right, very simply, that should have been the end of it. But everybody else get to hop to wherever channel they want to be at. Everybody else get to go wherever they want to be at and say different stuff, and nobody said nothing. Some of the same people that is no longer with the LDBC or whoever else are some of the same people I was saying they acted funny. But
right, stop right there. Nah, you said enough, bro. Stop. You filibustering right now. That right there.
How you got to talk?
That right there. That right there. That right there. Nah. That right there.
So now you get to run my conversation.
You goddamn right. You're goddamn right, sir, because you're a liar.
No, you don't.
You're a liar.
You don't. You don't get to run my conversation.
You're a liar. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Because I got receipts, nigga. Because I got receipts, nigga. I got receipts, nigga.
Hold on.
I got receipts, nigga.
Let him finish, Drew. Let him finish. Go ahead, sir. Finish.
And that's what he does. Like I said in the comments, all he wants to do is yell. He want to call me names. He want to cuss at me. Did I disrespect that man since I've been on this panel?
Well, before Drew speaks, I want to ask you a question because I'm new. I don't know you like that, but I do know my brother Drew. All right, Drew's the reason why I have a channel. I was never gonna start one, so let's just start there. Now I got to ask you something because I'm listening to everything you said. Now, when you say somebody sent you laughing at a joke, this joke that was made, was it at the expense of Drew?
From what I remember, he was talking about everybody. That's what he does. He goes off on everybody he didn't like or everybody that goes along in that category. The same way it does on every other people's channel. There's no reason to name drop them because they're not in this conversation.
I got you. So let me ask you. So if you and me, like, you and me, sir, if we cool, right? And if somebody's talking about you or talking about a couple people and you are grouped in that, and I'm laughing, would you trust me as your brother?
If I came and spoke to you after that and let you know that I was just laughing, having fun, and I didn't mean no disrespect and made it blatant, then I would take that in consideration. But before that, it'll make me question.
Right, it will make you question. So if Drew saw that and questioned it, why that conversation wasn't had between you and Drew to say, hey man, I wasn't even laughing at you. It was just I was in a bad. It looked bad. Like what happened? I'm trying to figure out what happened where this went left and all of this homo talk and all of that was.
I got the answer.
Drew, talk to me. What's
so as Drew blatantly, did I disrespect that man?
I got the answer.
I asked a question that I disrespect on up here on the panel. And
I got the answer. I have the answer.
Hold on. Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
Okay. You know what the joke was? This dude he's talking about in other channels he's talking about, these weren't mama jokes or nothing like that. These niggas was finding out our personal lives and doing marathon streams. BFTBs, yes, I'm not lying. BFTB, how do you think people found out about BFTB's mishap in the military? How do you think that happened? It was those niggas. Marathon streams about him getting a dishonorable discharge. Marathon streams about what I used to do for a living. With my government name all up in it. Marathon streams. So you want to talk about people building channels off of chaos? It wasn't about Bud. It was more people doing that shit. And Sir was on those streams. That's what I was sent. And I saw it myself. So then I said, that's cool. But and it wasn't only him. It was a few guys that I just gave their walking papers. And I gave them space and opportunity to plead his case. And then, Sir, you just said just now, it wasn't only you, it was a few people, right? When you got in my DMs and we had a conversation, I said, okay, sir, send me the names of the people I missed. What did you tell me? I'm asking the question, sir. What did you tell me?
Are you going to answer my question first or no?
I answered your question. What did you tell me in the DMs? If you don't remember, just say you don't remember.
No, that's not the issue. The issue is I first asked, again, you want to talk over me. So how am I answering to talk over me?
It is the issue because you're doing it again. I asked you, I said, cool, send me the names of the people that you just throwing under the bus. Like you just did an abstract. I ain't gonna say no names. So when we was on the live, since you won't let me talk, you want to just hear what you want to hear? When we was on the live, didn't I point out people that was in your chat right then? Yeah, and they said you was a liar.
And then you find out now that some of those same people I pointed out
and guess what? And guess what? The people that you lied on are still wrenched up in my chat. Do you know why? I investigated and you were lying.
Was not lying.
I saw you. Y-O-U. You. In various streams. They weren't talking boxing. They're doing marathon streams about 78, about my brother BF, about me, and you there.
What marathon stream?
Fire emojis.
People wasn't talking boxing.
You wasn't in Scotty's chat?
I've been in Scotty's chat.
Okay, when he was talking shit about all of us, you wasn't there?
Wasn't that live supposed to be about boxing?
It was supposed to be. Okay, so if it says Bud Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao who wins, but he goes on an hour-long marathon monologue about the LDBC and you're there laughing, what am I supposed to do with that?
And was I there the whole time, or was I coming back and forth hearing jokes? And did I not explain that to you?
Hold on.
Did I not check Scotty on that?
You see what you just said? Mm-hmm. If somebody's doing a marathon stream right now, and let's say I'm just going to use Champside. If you do a marathon stream, I'm going to use Champside as an example. I'm going to use Champside as an example. Let's just say Champside says, okay, 2026, Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. But for an hour into the show, he's going on and on and on about Coach Hudson.
And was I there for an hour in the show?
Never mind the title. But if I'm here, I don't care if he's Richard Pryor funny. He's talking about my brother. I'm not going to be there for that. I'm out.
So, Drew, then you tell me that when somebody's funny, you're supposed to laugh at it? Then you say that on your live? And then after you rock with somebody?
In reference to what?
A moment for grace?
In reference to what? If I'm
anything,
cool with you.
Because when BFTB when BFTB
There's
was
nothing
calling
that
me all
any
types of
op has ever
faggots
said about
and told-
BFTB that I stood there and laughed about and said, "Hey, that's funny." There's nothing.
So
that
when
I've never
you're
done
not
that.
going to let me
I've
talk. You're
never
just gonna
done
talk
that.
over it.
I've never done that.
So when
'Cause
BFTB
you know
was
why? You
calling
know
me
why?
all
Sir? 'Cause
types of faggots, so you
you're
keep
a
talking
coward.
every time I
You're a
talk.
coward.
I'm gonna let
You're
you
a
talk.
coward. Now you're a coward, dude. And you've been exposed
I'm
at
a
least
coward,
3
but
years
I'm
ago.
sitting here
You're a
talking to you
coward.
like talk over.
You're a coward. And then when I asked you to drop the names so I can investigate it, you told me that your
And I
wife
wouldn't
told you not to even bother. Your
Now they
wife
keep
told
going
you
back
that.
and forth with y'all niggas on the internet.
Exactly.
That's
but
what
you're
I
here
said.
now. And you're sniffing dick around people that are cool with us.
How was I
But you
sniffing
claim
dick?
you love Baxter.
Of course, you got to say something homo.
Because you a homo.
Because I saw no.
Because you're a homo, nigga.
And
You're
again,
a homo.
did I disrespect that
you're
man?
fucking gay, nigga. Yes. Yes. And I don't fuck
Did
with
I
dudes like you.
disrespect him the
And
whole
I wasn't
time
sure
I've
that
been
was
on
you.
this
No,
live?
fuck disrespect,
But all
nigga.
he want to do is call some
go to
faggot
different
names
channels and you
because that's
fire
what he
emojis.
does.
Nigga, and see, this is the thing.
That's
All
what
I
he
wanted
does.
you-
Because
I
that's
wanted
all
to
he
be-
can do is
I
talk
wanted you
over
away from me.
because he's a little.
I wanted you away
he's
from me.
soft. Like I
wanted
said,
you-
that's
I
all
saw
he
I
can
slapped
do.
the fuck
But
out
very
you,
simply,
nigga.
did you say
I'll
the
slap
same thing in
fuck
the Mark
out you and
Nash?
put my tennis dick in your wife's mouth, nigga.
All right. Hold on, brothers. Let me get the mic back. Everybody just chill for a second. My brother Drew got his side. Sir, you got your side. And I'm hearing what I'm hearing. Let me say this. Let me see if my brothers is cool. Let me say this to the brothers. Sir, I don't know you, but I'm listening to what you said happened. I don't move like that. If somebody
Well, let me ask you this: out of respect, did I disrespect that man or cuss that man or tell him to suck somebody's dick or any type of stuff or call him any type of faggots or any of that stuff? But that's okay for him to do that to me when I didn't do anything to him.
I haven't heard you disrespect nobody today, and I don't know what happened before. But let me say this. Let me ask you a question first, sir. How did you find my channel?
It comes up in the feed as boxing channels. So I found your channel. So I watched your channel as I give everybody the respect of watching their channel. You're a black content creator. I watch your channel. Sometimes if they're not black, I still watch their channel and see what they're talking about. But if you're a black content creator, like you say at Champ Side, I've been watching Champ Side since I've been on YouTube.
You've been watching
I used to post, and I've been watching pretty much most of the people in the LDBC. That's how I found out about the LDBC back when they was cool with Fred. We all used to go to barbershop conversations. So very simply, I respected everybody who was respectable. But when you go out of pocket and start being disrespectful, I'll pull you to the side and say, hey, bro, I'm a religious dude. You can say soft or whatever you want to say, but I'm religious. I want to be humble. We can laugh and joke, but don't disrespect this man on the internet, and we stronger together. Can y'all squash that? Okay. Very simply, if they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. You don't see.
I got you. Let me say this, because
he was disrespectful, calling people.
I see a lot of people in the chat that were around this time, and a lot of people are saying that it happened exactly how Drew is saying. That's what the people are saying in the chat. They're saying you lying. They saying, a few things, but let me make it plain like this. Brother, I don't know you like that. You see what I'm saying? And Drew has been nothing but an upstanding brother since I've met him. Now, I don't know what happened a few years ago. What it sounds like is some people was beefing with the LDBC. And I'm going to tell this story that I haven't told nobody else but one person. When I was on my brother Champside's channel, one day, somebody came to me and they said, you shouldn't be cool with members of the LDBC. And I said, them brothers ain't did nothing but showed me respect from the beginning. They have supported me, and I haven't seen any reason not to be cool with them. And I stay out of it. But here's the issue from what I'm hearing. Some brothers was beefing with, I guess, Drew, BFTB, and the General 78. And you happen to be present when one of these lives were going on, if I'm correct. And some personal jokes was being made, and you were laughing. And some people exposed that you were laughing. And a lot of people in the chat are saying it happened exactly like that. Here at this channel, brother, we don't move like that. And if I called you brother, nobody could disrespect you in front of me. I'm new to this YouTube stuff, and I see a lot of weird things go on, but we don't move like that. Now, what could have happened, because what I'm hearing is this happened a few years ago. What could have happened and what should have happened is when y'all came up, before it even got ugly, sir, you could have easily said, you know what, Drew, man, that shit's in the past. If you felt disrespected, whether you saying it happened or not, if you felt I was being disrespected, if you felt that I was laughing personally at your plight and at you, man, bro, it's 2026. Let's put that behind us. But if you don't even acknowledge, brother, that you was in the wrong place and you was doing things that was dishonorable as a man, to be present when other people are personally attacking your brothers, brother, I can't be cool with that, because to be honest with you, I've never seen you before. I've never seen you before in any of the chats. And maybe you don't comment, but you here for the first time. And the first time you here, I'm seeing people who are speaking on your reputation. Now, if we were brothers and somebody was talking bad about me, saying, yeah, Coach Hudson trying to sound like this and Coach Hudson that, and I see a screenshot of you, LOL, I got to look at you like an agent. I got to look at you like a hypocrite. I got to look at you as somebody that's praying for my downfall. I got to look at you as somebody that's saying, man, I call you brother in the day. I call you king during the day, but at night, I'm praying on your downfall. I'm ready to set you up, because I've been in my life, I've been a part of some real shit. So I'm gonna give you and Drew a chance to, hey, if y'all just want to say F each other and we go our separate ways, fine. Or you all can figure it out. I'm gonna give you all a chance to speak and say your final words, but I'm giving you an option, brother. I'm giving you a way this could have went different. You all starting this year off about this old BS, because it's something you said. You're right. We are better together. But here's the thing. We can't be double-minded and double-tongued. We can't say that we are in the ranks with each other when we already have, like you said earlier, racist Mexicans, racist whites, and self-hating Negroes among us. And then we turn around and look, thinking you are my comrade, thinking you are a soldier that has my back whole time you're working against me. I cannot condone that. So brother, I'm gonna give you a chance to speak to that again. I don't even want no questioning of what happened then. I want to know what's gonna happen moving forward, and then y'all can land that, and then we're gonna get back to this list.
The simple question is this: is when I went and I spoke to both of the brothers separately and out in public on lives, why I had to be ran over for something I had nothing to do with. I didn't know how deep they on World Combat and Drew. I just thought there was two good dudes, because at the time I thought World Combat was a good dude. Scotty, as I told him on the Drew on the panel, Scotty was good to me at that point. I didn't know that, very simply, but I was saying that people do that, which my antenna should have went up. That sometimes people are good to you up front, and then they do something sneaky behind the back. But with that being said, World Combat and everybody else who was on the so-called Bud Buddy team and everything else, some of those people were still cool to be able to break bread with Drew. They said something, they laughed at the same jokes. They was at the same places. They gave money to these same people, but they knew a deeper, darker part of it that I didn't know. This just the people on the internet. I see people on the internet talking real stuff. They talking jokes. I'ma laugh at the jokes, agree with the real stuff, and leave the rest alone. I've never met none of these people in real life except for two people. I rarely talk to these people off of the internet, even when I got their phone number. It was okay for Drew to forgive or pardon or go past certain things with two other brothers, but when it was me, it was something different. And again, I didn't call that man out of his name. Now, Tom, I didn't say nothing about him, his family, nothing. I didn't tell nobody to suck no D's or lick no nut butts or nothing, because I don't do that to people. That's disrespectful, and there's no reason why I would go there with somebody I never met in real life and I don't have no real problem with. The simple fact of the matter is, go ahead.
Do you feel that you were playing both sides, and the ones who were playing both sides with you got a pass and you didn't?
I wasn't playing both sides. I was trying to get everybody back together, and that wasn't my place. But that's what I do in my normal life, is I try to find reasons to make us stronger together, and so we can work together, because it's a lot of stuff that separates us, especially as black men. It's the whole world is against us. Most races are against us all the time. So I thought that was a time to be unified and squash little beefs, or handle those little beefs in quiet, instead of out in front of the world where everybody's taking every little clip of everything we say against somebody and using it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, talking about how we can't get along and this and that. They down Deontay Wilder with clips from people beefing. They down all the boxers, all the black boxers. They down all the black channels, just because we had a misunderstanding, and for 2 months or 2 years or whatever, how long it is, we beef with each other. And then when we get over it or can't get over it, they still got ammunition against us. They don't do that to each other. They beef off of the internet, or they beef in quiet.
X. But as a black
that's
man,
why all I'm saying now is
I got you, but based off what you just said, as being a black man, when this was going on and they were making these lives, whichever live y'all are talking about, when this live was going on about Drew and about BFTB and about the general, and they were personal attacks, were you laughing or were you defending those brothers at that time?
If somebody said somebody fat, I laugh at that. If we fat, we fat. When they start going into personal, inappropriate stuff, I say, man, that's too far. Nobody's talking about me saying it. And that's a simple fact that I did the same thing when it's the general or Drew or BF or Champ side. I did the same thing with Champ side, the general or BF. I said the same thing, that once it went past a point, if somebody a short midget, hey, he a short midget. That's funny. If that hurts his feelings that bad, then okay, well, some things below the belt, they need to work that out. That's that. But if it's just jokes, if I'm looking at it, I think it's just jokes, okay. But when you go too far, I say it's too far. Just because it's true don't mean you need to spill it out for everybody. Just because you feel that way don't mean you spill out for everybody. And especially if it's a lie. But that stuff was happening on both sides. But nobody's talking about that. And there's multiple other people, as Deontay Wilder say, to this day, is still cool and get to even break bread with Drew. But they were okay when they was in the same places, in the same chats, and they gave these people money and business.
Are we done? Are we done? Can I get to it now?
Go ahead, Drew.
All right.
Go ahead, Drew.
He really just told on himself. You can't tell me that these dudes I just said that these dudes are doing live streams. They were doing marathon streams about our personal lives. He wanted to talk about, someone talk about his wife. Motherfuckers was tagging my home address in goddamn chats, man. With my wife's name in it, with my sister's name in it.
What?
But yes, I swear to God.
Did I know
bro.
that? Did I know
I swear
that?
to God. Well, nigga, it
Did I know
matter.
that?
You know what?
Did I know that at the
Don't talk
time?
over me.
What do you mean
Don't
that
talk
it
over
don't
me.
matter?
Don't talk over me. Don't talk over me.
I gave you your time. Let Drew talk. Go ahead, Drew.
Now he's talking about he don't know, but we made it known. We made it known. One more time. We made it known. And I told this nigga this on the DMs. And I'm going to ask you one more time. What's your name on the DMs? Because I have it somewhere. I just have so many DMs. I got to find it. You got to tell me your name on the DM because I got the conversation, man. I got it. Okay? I gave him space and opportunity to drop the names, and I investigated. But his wife, he told me that his wife said don't even bother. That's what he told me in the DMs. And I said, well, okay, we're going to leave it there? And we left it there. And this was after you was on my live stream. Furthermore, I'm not going to no one's channel and then malicious and dropping personal information 1 minute, and then I go back because they say we want to talk about Bud and versus this guy, but he's going on an hour-long monologue about a rival YouTube channel. I don't even know how we became rivals in the first fucking place. But he's gonna sit there. Oh, this joke's funny. This joke's funny. Oh, no, this one's too deep. No, how about this? Don't be there at all, or be there and just don't come around me no more. That's all I ever said. You can go fuck with Scotty and whoever else. Just don't come back to me. Stay away from me. Why is that hard? Why is that difficult? And I gave this dude space and opportunity to get right with me. Now, Coach, in order to bury the hatchet, don't you have to apologize? This nigga never said sorry. He never did. He never did. He stood here and justified everything he did. That's why I don't fuck with him. You may proceed.
So I didn't tell you that it was my bad for even getting in the middle of y'all stuff and I didn't know everything was going on. I didn't blatantly say that to you on the live. I didn't say that to you also in the message that you talked that I blatantly said that I wasn't going to keep going back and forth.
Oh wait, hold on. You did. I don't believe you.
Okay.
I don't believe you because.
But you just said I didn't say it.
No, because you know what you said. You know what you said. You said I'm there for the title. I'm there for what they're talking about, and I just said if Bud versus Manny Pacquiao's in the goddamn title, you go there. But if it's an hour into the goddamn show and he's talking about my personal life and my wife and all this shit, why are you still there with laughing emojis? Hello? I asked the question.
He might
go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
And then I tell you that I came back and forth like I do that everybody's channel when it's a long live.
You ain't answer the question, man. You ain't answer the question, man.
I blatantly did the same. It's the same answer because the truth don't change.
No.
I was there. He told jokes. I was laughing when he said something too.
So you think it's a safe space to go deal with a person when they're dropping someone's personal? When they no, sir, because you full of shit, man.
Let me talk.
You full of shit, man. You putting off all this old brotherly love shit, nigga. I don't believe you. Once a dude does a live stream and spreads out BFTV's personal information and my personal information, they off limits.
And when did you tell me he put out your personal information?
Sir,
when did you tell me that?
Sir, did that happen? Because Drew's gone. Did that happen?
Very simply, I had no idea he put out Drew's wife information or any of that information. I didn't know. This man, we would go on lives for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. It was 12-hour lives. You telling me I was there for every moment? Some of them I was. There's certain brothers I was with they live for almost every moment or playing it in the background. But you telling me I heard every little thing they said? No, I won't in the middle of their stuff. Some of the same, and he's talking all this stuff like he's so appalled and offended. The same people who I started being on their channel all the time as so-called the Bud Buddies, that's what it was about. We all like boxing. Then it became Bud versus EJ. So it was the Bud Buddies or the Bud Justice League versus the Aerosexuals. And that's what it became. And I was part of the Bud Buddies or Bud Justice League. So anytime I bigged up Bud or said something about him boxing or he was good or he's going to be the best or he's going to be undefeated, it was some crap. They called me all types of names. Look, it's proven right in front of you. He called me all types of names. He said, oh, some type of suck this, do that. I never did that. I only came up here to try to squash it with him because it is a new year. And because you said you didn't know what happened. So I came out of respect. I came to your channel. I talked in the channel and I didn't want him saying all this little fake stuff. People lie all the time. There's no reason for me to lie. I blatantly said what I did. I went to, and then he gonna tell me not to go to different people's channel. Like he don't go to these same people's channel. He says in his lives, he go to their channel to see what they're saying, if they said something about him or not. Because people would start beefs and it would be live. People lie about lives all the time. That was a YouTube thing for years. Only thing I wanted was black men to be together and united, at least in front of everybody else, to make money, to do their business, and talk boxing, and talk politics, and talk how we could big people up. Very simply, whenever, and
No,
again,
okay.
you keep
So I
talking over me.
hold on.
You keep
You said
talking
I go
over
to
me.
other channels?
You keep
You said I
talking.
go
You
to other
keep talking
channels?
over me.
You said you just lied.
And you keep talking
just
over me.
lied.
So you didn't say you
just
go
lied
to
because you're a
went to
liar.
World Combat Channel and talk to him.
Okay, coach.
Did you say you went to that channel?
Coach, you hear me every day. You hear me every day.
Did you go to World Combat Channel or not?
Before the beef, when we were cool, yes.
And very simply, what's the difference between you going to different people channel and
Because
me
when
going
he
to different
fell out
people
and had
channel?
a meltdown that I can't explain, I stopped fucking with him.
And very simply, when's the last time you seen me on his channel?
I don't know. I don't go there.
So
I don't either.
That means nothing. That means hold on, coach. This guy just lied. He just
what lie I
lied.
say? You just said that you went to other people's channels. The same as that person you said was
Went
you
on
beefing
what
with.
people's channels? Went on what people's channels?
You just said you went to World Combat Channel.
No. You're filibustering
Scotty.
right now.
That's
You're
how am I
filibustering right now.
You
You're lying. You're lying.
You literally just said it. How am I lying?
No.
Before you start beefing,
That's not what
you was
happened.
on his channel.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
You
When
lit-
Scotty had
you
a
literally
problem with
just said
me,
that.
when Scotty had a problem with me, I stopped fucking with him. I ain't been back since. You took your ass over there. And then when people over there like, yo, what the fuck's going on with you and Scotty? I said, I don't know what I did to him. And then I started getting screenshots. Like, yo, look at all these people. Some of these cats, 2 cats in particular, have wrenches over here. It was a dude named Mass Arms, and it was you. Now I could drop a name. When I was in the DMs, I asked you, okay, if I got it fucked up, I don't want niggas around me that are two-faced and forked tongue. I don't want niggas around me. I said, sir, send me the names so I can do my investigation. And you stopped
I
right
told you
there.
names on. I told you right then. I told you on the live there was people.
You
then.
told me on the
I said,
live
I'm
and they
not
were
gonna
in
go
there.
keep going back and forth.
You said, I think you said K-Rod. And I said, what the fuck?
Who is
and
that?
K-Rod was in the chat giving you the business. He said, prove it. Where? He said, where was I been? Where I been? You also said Phenomenal Mexican, if I'm not mistaken. You said 2 people, and they were in the chat giving you the work. Like, no, you're lying, dude.
Phenomenal Mexican haven't
So now
been
let's get back to it.
on
Let's get back to your
Channel
lie.
or
Let's get
on-
back to your lie.
on,
Let's get back to your
so
lie.
again, you
Let's get
talk
back to
over
your
me.
lie. No, because you've talked enough, nigga. Let's get back to your lie. You said
talk
that
the
I
whole
go fuck
time.
with Scott. You said I go over to Scotty's channel. I haven't been to Scotty's channel in 3 years. Because the man
And
is
when's
crazy.
the last time I've been over there?
The man's crazy. And again, I can't tell you when's the last time you've been there. I know I can tell you what I saw when people sent it to me. And then when you came to my chat, I gave you that work. I dropped you the link. I told you how I felt. You never apologized. And
So
then
I
when we
didn't
got
say.
the DMs,
So
when
I
we
didn't
got the
say. You
DMs,
said.
when we got
you
the
said,
DMs,
you said
stop
that I
talking over
said.
me.
I apologize.
Stop talking over me. When you got in the DMs,
getting in the middle of
I asked you to prove it, and you didn't. So what am I supposed to do with that?
So did I or did I
And
not?
At one
say
point,
that I was sorry.
Now,
for
one point did you say sorry?
I didn't know
You
how
justified. You justified
Did I say
your
that or no?
position. You justified your position. That's not saying sorry.
Let me say something.
You justified your position. You pleaded ignorance, and ignorance is not an excuse.
Let me
Now,
say something,
if you going over there, if you're going over to these people, and they've done marathon streams on Wednesday about our personal shit, and then you're over there on Thursday, that means to me you're co-signing that behavior, and I don't want you around me.
And did you co-sign the behavior of other people in the LDBC?
In reference to what?
Hold on, stop.
To disrespecting me.
Listen.
Me personally.
Hold on. Listen. I don't want to hear nothing else about what the LDBC did. I don't want to hear nothing about who the other people. Listen, this is about Sir and Drew Titan. Now, this is what I need to know, because this is what it's getting to. I need to know whether you're an enemy or you are op. Now, Sir, did you call Drew Titan your brother at once? Sir.
I blatantly did.
Okay.
I even
Drew,
call him bro now.
Okay, and Drew, you called Sir your brother at once, right?
I did.
Okay, now let me put it plain like this. We have so many enemies already working against us. And one of the most disgusting things that I've seen in these spaces, I've seen people wish the death of Deontay Wilder from our own community. I've seen people wish the death of Bill Haney. I've seen almost gang-like rivalries every time two top black fighters are about to fight. And then when Mexicans, racist Mexicans call us niggas, etc., hey, it ain't the same smoke. Now, sir, I'm gonna make it real plain, because I understand where Drew's coming from, and I'm trying to hear where you're coming from and not be biased. But here's the thing about it. I don't care what nobody else did, because I don't know the relationship between them and Drew. What Drew is saying to you is, brother, I seen you. Brother, you was there when they was doing these things. Brother, it was you there, present and accounted for when people were leaking addresses, etc. Now you saying that these were long lies and you were not present anymore. We are in 2026, and what I hear you are talking about happened some years ago. Now either we gonna squash this shit today, because we was on a unified front for a good 2 hours. Now we either gonna squash this shit today, or it's always gonna be smoke. I don't want to hear because this is what I'm hearing. You were present, but you saying you might not have been present the whole time. And the way Drew is saying is, listen, the way I move and the way me and mine move is, if someone is being an enemy to me, if someone is threatening to leak my addresses and talking about my family, if I call you brother, if I call you sister, you should not be there at all. So either we moving forward or it's smoke all the way. But if you cannot even acknowledge that you was present, brother, and it was wrong for you to be present, and you all move on past it, then this thing just gonna keep on going back and forth, and we're gonna get back to my list. So sir, give your closing arguments, tell me what you want to do, and my brother Drew Titan, you tell me what you want to do, and then we're gonna move on.
The simple thing is this, the same thing I said the whole time. I was unaware of him dropping your family's name and address and all that type of stuff. I don't get down with the digital gang banging crap. People telling jokes is one thing. People being disrespectful and going against people's livelihoods and life, I'm not no part of that. I go to different channels. I watch stuff about boxing. And honestly, I ain't even been doing that as much as I used to do. I used to be on it every day, multiple times in my free time. My thing is this, is I have no problem with nobody up here except for people saying stuff inappropriate to me. I'm not sitting here calling anybody other than people who blatantly said they homosexuals. If I say that what you're doing is gay, no diddy. But me saying, oh, you a faggot, you a faggot, you a faggot, I haven't done that to nobody who hasn't told me something homosexual. And I've never done that to Drew. And very simply, he can say whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. From my side, I don't have no beef with that man unless he does something to me, unless he does something I think is wrong. And I say that to him. I ain't got to go and try to down him. There's no hit pieces I put, not one video, not one panel or nothing where I went and tried to down him by any means. The simple fact of the matter is this, is either you can take my apology as me apologizing for trying to be in the middle of other two grown men business without knowing all the facts. I was wrong for that. Y'all squash it, y'all don't squash it. That has nothing to do with me. You have a live, you don't have a live. That have nothing to do with me. I don't run nobody but me. The simple fact of the matter is this. If somebody put up a live and say it's about boxing, I'll watch it. If they say about black power or doing good, being good fathers, or handling your business as a husband, or how to help your wife, or whatever it is, something good, I'm there. If it's jokes, I might be there. If the jokes go too far, I'm out of there. The same way I hop off of other people's lives where I have wrenches or don't have a wrench or wherever else, some people I met in person or talk to offline, I'll leave they live if they get out of hand, and I'll leave anybody else live. It's just that simple. But if somebody's putting out your information and they doing some crazy stuff, then you should be able to tell me that. Because if you told me that, I would have been away from there. All you said was he was beefing with BF and he said some slick stuff to y'all. So that's what I took it as. And that's a simple.
So are you apologizing or are you, I don't understand.
I said the same thing that I said before, is that I apologize for being in the middle of that. I didn't know the other stuff that he says. How's it a sideways apology? I got in the middle of something I had no business.
What do you, this is why it's so confusing. From me,
how is it confusing?
Being on the
I don't go to World Combat. I don't deal with Scotty.
This is why it's confusing. When you first started talking, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm listening to everything you saying. I'm listening to everything Drew's saying. Everybody in the chat, y'all just sit tight because I'm new to this. All right. I don't run into burning buildings. Sir, when you first started speaking, first thing you said is you were not even present when that stuff was going on. Second thing you said, if you were present when it went down, you were no longer around and you did not know those things was going on. Then in your apology, you're saying, I'm sorry for being in between what y'all had going on. How were you in between what they had going on if you were not present?
Bingo.
Because I went to Scotty and said that you're beefing with Drew. Why are you beefing with him? Y'all two good brothers. Y'all are some of the smartest people up here who actually know boxing. You actually run your family. You actually take care of stuff. Why are y'all two beefing like everybody else? Why are you beefing with this man? He said, oh, well, he said something slick about me. I said, well, he said something slick. You said something slick. Y'all get over it. Then when I went to Drew's channel, he was talking about Scotty. I was like, okay, well, what's going on? He was like, oh, sir, well, hit the link. Because I was in the chat and I was like, oh, well, sir was over there with Scotty. And I hit the link.
No.
And he was like, oh, you was over there and he was talking junk about BF and he said slick stuff about me. And I was like, well, dude, I know all this stuff, but I laughed at some jokes, but I didn't know it was that deep.
Let me know when I can go.
The live is still up. Ain't your live still up?
It is.
You can watch the live. The same way I hit the link then, I hit the link now. Like I said, I don't even talk to Scotty anymore.
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done.
But again, you calling me all types of names is okay.
Let me know when you're done.
About my wife is okay. You saying all this other slick stuff is okay. Only thing I was doing
was the victim now. You the victim. You the
boxing.
victim. You the victim. You the victim.
Are you not being disrespectful to me?
Well,
first
and
off,
you already said that I already apologized to you, but you said you didn't believe it. And that was from years ago.
Is that all you got, sir? Is that all you got, sir?
I mean, he keeps interrupting me. I said what I said.
Christ
as simple
almighty.
as that.
All right, Drew.
So you finished,
ahead, Drew.
Okay, he just told on himself. He also said that when the jokes get a little too deep, he leaves. How do you know what the deep joke was? Exactly. How do you know what the deep joke was? You're gonna tell me that you didn't know that he did a marathon stream about BFTB's personal information? A marathon stream about well, I ain't got nothing to hide. BF's was kind of tragic. I ain't got nothing to hide. But the fact that he did it. So it's, you could be there and be like, oh, that's not good. But then you come back the next day, like it's all good. And then you're going to sit here and say, oh, I apologize for getting in front of two grown men's business. Not once did you ever ask me, even through the DM, yo, what happened? Because I'd have told you in detail. Everybody that asked me, what happened to you and Scotty? Tay Jones was the one that squashed it in the first place. The first time shit happened. And everyone's come to the a conclusion that he's crazy. Because I didn't do nothing to that man. I ain't do nothing to that man. But you're the victim? And all I ever said was, cool, you over there? Stay over there. Just stay away from me. How could you say, yo, I don't know what was going on with y'all, then all of a sudden I know what's going on?
When did I say I knew what was going on? I said I found out afterwards.
I didn't know it was okay, so you found out afterwards. We was in the DM. How come you just didn't say, oh, I found out what happened? I told you, what you started doing was throwing everybody under the bus that you thought you saw in my chat. And in real time, they were firing on you. In real time, they were firing on you. They were firing on you because it wasn't what it was. I said that to everybody.
If you say something different in one chat,
another thing you lied about. You said
if you
that
say
I
one
tell
thing in
people
one
where to
chat
go.
and you say something in another chat,
You
how is
said that I tell people where to go, and that's a lie. You just told Coach that I tell people where to go. Bullshit. I don't tell anyone where to go. I tell people that you make a choice. If you go over to someone's channel that has had marathon streams about me in any way, shape, or form, it's cool. But take your ass over there and don't come back to my doorstep. That's fair. I don't want to deal with you cats. And that's the same options I gave you. And when we were talking in the DM, I said, cool, let's do this. Give me the names. Because I don't want no people in my house that are going to fucking rob from me and beat me upside my head when I'm trying to rest. And that was the extent of our conversation. You told me your wife said don't bother. And when I asked you, well, who wears the pants in your family? That was the last conversation we had. See, this is where the disrespect comes in. Because I don't deal with niggas like that. I don't. Now, let me ask you a question, because I can pull up the conversation. I can read it. What's your name on Instagram, sir?
It's the same name here, sir. Sir Senior.
Hold on. You can hear me?
I only have one Instagram.
Yeah. Go
okay. All right, I'm going to go find the conversation right now. I'll read it. SCER.
Drew, I think you went out.
CER? Sir? CER underscore?
It's the same as here.
Yeah, CER.
It's cooking with sir? Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna look for it.
Only got one Instagram.
I'll be right back. I'll look for it.
Okay.
So, sir, you and I just talking, right? Hear my thing, and here's the issue. Because I never seen you before, right?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
This man just cussed me and talk all this junk to me. You find that was respectful and fair for him to do that?
To be honest with you,
when I didn't do that to him, where he blatantly said I've never done it to him. He blatantly said that I also apologized to him.
Cool. So I'm going to answer
before now. Okay,
I got you. I'm going to answer you. I don't know what you and Drew got going on or had going on before you got up here. So that's just like if your brother or sister was with you and they get into it with somebody, you need to figure out what's going on first. And that's between you. Now, from what I'm hearing, y'all were calling each other brothers at one point. And I'm going to keep it real with you. For me, if I call you brother and I see you somewhere else where it look like some people attacking me, man, I would talk to you a whole lot worse than Drew. So, but that's me. And that's not because I'm just being disrespectful. I feel betrayed because I loved you like a brother. I would have did anything for you. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's just like you. If your wife betrays you, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna talk to her in the best way you probably would on a normal circumstance. So me being a man from the outside, I don't jump in the middle of grown man shit. Just like you just said, I should not have got in the middle of whatever you and whoever the other guy was going on. Brother, I'm the same way. If you and Drew got an issue going on, I'm gonna hear both sides first. But when you first came in the chat, I'm thinking we finna have a boxing discussion, and then people in the chat started coming saying, "Hey, coach, that is a op. Hey, coach, watch him. That is a hypocrite. That is somebody who plays both sides. That's double-minded and double-tongued." So that's when Drew came in, and I said, "Okay, let's get him on up here and talk." But I haven't disrespected you once. I'm trying to figure out what I'm dealing with.
So very simply, it's funny to me that I can come in and talk boxing and it becomes something different. I didn't talk about, I saw Drew in the chat. I didn't disrespect that man. All I talked about was boxing.
Right.
He brought this up. He brought up an issue. He brought the beef to your channel. I just came because you didn't know, and he brought it to your channel. I came to set the record straight to let him know that I ain't got no beef with him. I don't even know him. But it's funny that people who actually paid Scotty, people who paid other people who had problems with him, who've done business with them, who still got wrenches at all these different places, who still communicate with them, was fine and can break bread with him. He can do business with him. They can go to fights together and all this other kind of stuff. But when it was me, and all I knew was two guys I know on the internet I think is kind of straight, at least as much as I know. Hey, very simply, they beefing. All right, I want to see if I can squash it, because people on the outside is using it against us. And I say us because I look at us as brothers. So very simply, that's all it was. Then because I was over there, oh, it's wrong. But everybody else was over there. Everybody who screenshotted had to be there to do what? Screenshot. If it was from my, how do you screenshot if you're not in the chat?
Easy. Screenshotting and participating is two different things.
How do you screenshot if you're not in the chat?
Stupid. Let's not act stupid. Let's not act stupid. How do you screenshot if you're not in the chat? You just said it won't true. Oh,
that's
wow.
What I said.
Okay, I just said I saw laughing emojis and fire emojis with you. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. And people were like, yo, what's up with that? Ain't Sir cool with you? And I'm like, yeah, well, okay, it's cool. So he can stay his ass over there now. And the first thing you said to me was, hey, man, they were talking about Bud Crawford. And I didn't know I'm like, all right, well, he was talking about an hour about me. Oh, he on steroids. He a Jew, said funny. Then he started talking about, oh, what you think he do for a living and all this other shit. I'm like, whoa, that's a little below the belt.
I don't know what you do for a living. I didn't even say nothing like that.
We're gonna ask. Oh, okay. We're gonna ask.
I don't know what you do for a living.
Are you a professional victim or what? You never once asked me. You never once asked me what happened with me and Scotty. You never did.
I didn't even ask
about squash shit. You respect Scotty, and you never once asked me what. Yo, Drew, what happened? You never did that. You call yourself getting in the middle of it. Oh, I apologize for getting in the middle of two brothers arguing. You never asked what happened.
So I didn't even ask you on the live.
No.
I didn't blatantly ask you what happened and why y'all beefing.
No.
I did.
Because I told you.
I did.
Do you know? I didn't know
because Scotty didn't tell me. Because Scotty didn't tell me anything. Scotty said Scotty kept talking around in circles. When I asked Scotty directly, I actually talked to him off of live.
He talked around circles. He talked to you in circles.
He talked around circles. So I said, well, if you want to know, you cool with him, go ask him. So I went to your channel to ask you. And if there was a way for y'all to stop me,
I didn't tell you anything.
You told me about what he said about BL. And you say he said something slick to you.
Something slick? Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Something slick? But you just said that I didn't tell you anything.
You didn't tell me that he put your family's business out there. You didn't tell me that.
Hold on. Let me be clear, because maybe that went over your head. I said him and a bunch of other people. It wasn't only him. Was you paying attention? Sir, what did I used to do? What did I used to do for a living, sir? What did I used to do for a living?
I don't know what you did for a living. People say all types of stupid stuff. I don't know what you did for a living.
So please don't play word salad with me. Don't do that.
I'm not playing word salad. I don't know.
Okay, so all right. So people say you drove a bus. Because you're double talking. You're double talking right now. You're double talking. And see, this is why.
How people say different stuff.
This is why I can't fucks with you, dude. This is why.
You asked me what did you do? I said I don't know. People said stuff. I told you two of the things that people said you did.
So you just said Scotty told you to come ask me, and you asked me, and I didn't tell you what he did? That is impossible.
No, you didn't tell me he put your family business out there.
No. Stay right here. You just said that Scotty told you to ask me, and then you got on my live and asked me, and I didn't tell you what he did?
No, you said you was talking junk. You told me what he did to BF. You didn't say what he did.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm saying me. I never told you what he did.
No.
When you pulled up, you just said that I told you that I didn't tell you what he did. You said you asked me on my live.
And you didn't
So I
tell
never
me.
told you?
You never told me.
That is an absolute lie, sir. You never asked me what that man did. You got on here shucking and jiving and saying that you didn't do nothing. And my whole thing was, hey, man, yo, look, man, I'm not telling you where to go, but if you fuck with him, go fuck with him. But you can't fuck with him and fuck with me. That's all I ever said. That's all I ever said to everybody. And then when I boot everybody away from me, what do? They start doing this. I just want y'all niggas away from me.
Start doing what? Start doing what?
You are a professional victim. And I'm not trying to play that, bro. I'm not trying to, dogs, listen, this double talking, I don't do.
What
I was
double
very
talk?
clear. 3 years ago, I was very.
All right, family. I'm gonna take this thing back over. So this was gonna happen because I can see that we're gonna keep going in circles and we're not gonna have too much of a solution. So this is what I need to happen, okay? Because I'm hearing some things and I don't like what I'm hearing. So, sir, when you first came, you was talking boxing talk, right?
And that's all I was talking.
Got you. And this discussion has gone left, and the people in the chat, my comrades who have been with me since I started my channel, and my brother Drew, really my number one comrade. You and him have static, and that's my brother. So this is what I need you to do, sir. It ain't no hate from me, but you got to get things right with Drew before you come back.
How? When he doesn't even listen. When I blatantly said I had no problem with him, and I don't even talk to Scott.
Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. It ain't gonna happen here. It ain't gonna happen today or right now, and I understand that. But offline, an email, I don't know. You can either call him when Drew goes live, maybe tomorrow or next week. But you got to get that right with my brother before you and I can be brothers. Then when you get
like
that
I said,
right with
I didn't
him,
know you was cool with Drew. I didn't know anything about your channel. I saw it that very simply. It was a guy up here talking boxing. I didn't come to bring no discourse to your channel. I ain't come to bring no disrespect to your channel or to Drew or you or anybody. I just saw somebody talking boxing. I had a little bit and I was watching it. That's simply all it was.
Listen. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you coming through if you're a lover of the sport of boxing. But Drew is my brother. And this ain't no gang thing, but that is my brother. That's somebody I talk to on the regular. This ain't no YouTube thing. So when y'all get that straight, bro, hey man, you and me, we good. But you and Drew got to get that right first. All right, brother.
Hey, coach, before I get out of here, can I make a point just now?
Yeah.
I've seen Sir with the at in it, because I didn't know. I've seen Sir with the at in it a few times. I wasn't sure that was him or not. The man just told you just now he didn't know you was cool with me, but he's seen me in your comment section with a fucking wrench since you started your channel. And I know he's seen me here, but he just told you he didn't know he was cool.
This is the second time I've been on this channel where I've seen something from his channel.
And you see me here with a wrench. You ain't know we was cool.
I knew that once I saw you with a wrench. I didn't know that before then. I didn't come to start any problem.
This is literally your second chance. This is your second time on this channel. This is your second time.
Yeah, I don't catch a lot of lives. I work all the time. I had today off. I got my uncle.
But this is your second. This is your second time on this channel.
This is a second live I've been able to catch.
No. This is your second time participating in this chat.
Yes, this is the second.
I think this is my first time seeing Sir.
And you've been sub for how long?
Dude, I don't even know if I'm sub now. I saw his channel, it came up on the feed and I came up. It won't nothing for me trying to start no beef or problem.
This ain't the first time. Okay, fine, bro.
Hey brothers, it's all good. You gonna end this
that's
here.
simple what it is.
It is what it is. I appreciate y'all for
like I said, y'all be blessed, man.
Out. Peace to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all be blessed.
Hey, Drew, I'm gonna hit you up offline when I get off live.
Yeah, brother.
All right,
okay.
Brother. Peace. Hey, family, listen. First of all, we got the family that came in the building, so let me acknowledge some of my comrades. Man, shout out to my brother Enoch Bird. came back into the building. My brother Black Jericho, my brother Brent Fox, Jose Diaz in the building, and Queen Tay. Shout out, comrades. Always, I repeat, always keeping it G up.
Now, wow. What's up, Cass?
Damn.
Yeah.
Some motherfucking doghouse battle cat collaboration.
Now, I gotta make this plain, family. I hope you all appreciated the history lesson of my top 10. At the end of this video, once I upload it, I'm gonna put the names in there. I appreciate Patrice X calling in, Enoch Bird calling in. Let me say this. Family, how I want to say this. One of the worst places to be if you're not moving right is, I have seen so many people trying to create chaos and have us deviate. Have us deviate from unity. Have us deviate from good conversation. Because perfect love casts out all fear. I know some said, Coach, you being too nice. Or Coach, just kick him out. If we do that, this nonsense doesn't stop. If I do that and I don't at least have a conversation, now if that would have been a racist or one of these clearly self-hating Negroes, which I didn't see that from the jump, y'all know how I treat them. But what I saw, and this can be a lesson in real time, is two brothers who probably used to be brothers. And this is a life lesson you can learn that maybe can save your life one day. When two men are getting into it, you keep your black ass out of it. Because that's all that's about. All that right there is about people who were brothers gets into it with another brother and somebody puts themselves in the middle of it. I don't do it. I learned that lesson a long time ago. It's two types of relationships you don't get in the middle of. Two brothers and a relationship between a man and a woman. Because a lot of times what's going to happen is you going to be forced to choose a side. A lot of times what's going to happen is you are going to become collateral damage, if you will. Now, if you see my channel, and I'm going to say this without attacking anybody, because I do have patience. My patience comes from seeing people unalived in front of me. My patience comes from working in the prison. My patience comes from being in the military and seeing what happens when you don't have patience and you don't hear everything that's going on. Now, when I feel the need to bring the smoke and turn up, many of you have seen me do it. That wasn't the time to do it. But you don't put yourself in the middle of those things. That's why a lot of times when these YouTube beats happen, I always see who's the puppet master. Who is the mischief making devil behind the scenes pulling the strings? How come these Mexican channels who have large followings, they not beefing with each other? How come these Eastern European channels, they not beefing with each other? So I started to look and see there has to be some motive. Sometimes a simple apology will fix things. Another life lesson is it is not your job to fix every situation. And watch this, family. Watch this. You all know Drew is my brother. I don't know that other man, but you know what I do, family? I say, listen, bro. If you saying this thing happened years ago, if you saying it was a misunderstanding, that's fine, but listen. That's my brother. And you got to get things straight with him first. That's how you handle it. If my woman has an issue with family, her family can't call me and I know they got issues. You know why? I'm going to tell them the same thing. You got to fix that with her first before I can help you. I can't do nothing until, like some say, your paperwork is good. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That position paperwork. Because see, Coach Hudson, I can't afford to fall for the honey bun.
Huh? Let me tell you something. When you behind them bars and somebody leave a honey bun on your bed and you don't know where it come from, you better not eat it. You better not eat it. Find out who put it there and on sight beat the shit out of them. Excuse me, it's Sunday.
Tell them about the honey bun, Coach. Y'all see my brother Black Jericho? He said my girl told me to block her brother because she had to block him. Happy New Year. This ain't a game, family. Listen, do you know how much trouble that you can stay out of with just minding your business? I ain't got to beef with you, but what you want me to do? You beefing with my bro? Hey, man, y'all got to get that straight first. Then we can talk. And I have to be honest, family. I know you all think I have a lot of patience. Drew actually has more patience than me. Because I've hit Drew up on some occasions asking about certain people. And Drew say, hey, I got him. I got him. Because once I feel attacked, I'm not going to have the same patience you saw me have right then. Because you done called me brother. I done gave you advice. You done gave me advice. I let you sleep on my couch when you was in trouble. I done prayed for you, brother, and you allow people to speak against me in front of your presence. Let me tell y'all something about Coach. Because people love differently. People are raised differently. And sometimes that might be the misunderstanding. But let me tell you something about Coach. If I know that you was present when people are dragging my name in the mud, my beef ain't really with the hater. Because a hater gonna hate. I'm gonna ask you, what did you do? What did you say? And why did they feel comfortable enough saying it in front of you? Now, YouTube is a little different because you got a live with 50, 100 people in it. But I'm just talking about life lessons. Things that are a little bit face-to-face, more personal. You don't jump in front of men. You let them work that out. And then when you feel you need to say something, you say something, and you step on back out. And if you are genuine, sir, if you are genuine in what you're saying, you need to hit that brother up offline and y'all get that straight with two COINTEL boxing fans and the hypocrite. Some of you, I want you to know I see you and I know who you are. I want you to know that I know your names. I know who you beefing with. And I know why you're over here. Some of you I have watched bounce from channel to channel on a Sunday saying one thing on one channel and saying another, just Agent of Chaos. Now, this is what I also know. Like Tim TV just said, there are a lot of double agents who claim to be in certain organizations. And I see you. I want you to know that Coach Hudson sees you. But see, sometimes you have to move the same way that Agent of Chaos moves. Don't let them know. Don't let them know you see them. The same way I'm sitting here talking to y'all, sometimes I get my food and I might be watching the WBC weigh-in of their next bout. And I'll see some of the same people Monday through Friday calling us brothers and sisters. They in there hating on us with racist Mexicans. They in there hating on us with racist Eastern Europeans. Monday morning come along. Hey, peace, Coach Hudson. Peace, brother. Right on, sister. That is the most dangerous person you can have around you. So know that if you do have beef with anybody that has a wrench in my life, anyone I call brother or comrade, family, you have to get that straight with them first. My hands are clean. I can't touch you till you get that straight. But some of you, I know you have no intentions to get it straight with them. Some of you, I know you come to cause division and hate. And I know you think you getting over on old Coach. You thinking, man, yeah, I'm gonna get in with Coach. See, he don't know. I know. I might look young and I might be young, but you have no idea who you dealing with. I know counterinsurgency like the back of my hand. I know COINTELPRO like the back of my hand. I am the reason people in boxing spaces are saying the word comrade again. You don't know who you're dealing with. So if you are coming here with bad intentions, you might want to think again. Because not only are my brothers watching you, I got some sisters watching you that y'all never even see. I said I got some sisters watching you that y'all never even see. So while you're moving against us like a hypocrite, know that I have my own underground railroad moving amongst us. Now I'm going to make this plain, family. You see, this channel was created because I saw so much racism and bigotry going on in these boxing YouTube spaces and in the sport itself. I said, we need a channel that we can just talk about us. That we can just be proud of our history. Teaching the people who Bill Richmond is, who George Dixon is. So this inferior complex is not passed on to our children. But I also understand that there are brothers and sisters who have been part of the movement that has said it is okay to socially lynch Deontay Wilder. It is okay to socially lynch the Haneys. And now you hear my voice. And even though you might have been part of those movements and took part in it, The truth is like a breath of fresh air. And now you might want to come and be a part of this, but listen, and listen carefully. Get your paperwork straight. Make sure that your paperwork is cleared before you before you try to come to the family reunion. Because I've already had to kick out self-hating Negroes from the cookout. Why is the hypocrite so dangerous? Because you don't know. So you have events and they say, hey, coach, we having an event down here in Houston, Texas. This black organization is having one. This organization is having one. Whole time, you have agents of chaos among you who are letting people know that really want to hurt us, where we're going to be at, what our plans are, how to catch Coach Hudson by himself. But let me tell you this. Hold on, family. Got a little excited. The trap you set for me is the trap you're going to step in. I'm battle tested. Come with the right intentions, family. And you know who is over here. All my brothers and sisters with riches, you know what organization they're part of. So if you know you have an issue with them, get your paperwork cleared. Y'all fix that. Because when the real battle comes, we're too divided to do anything. That's why Ryan Garcia can say, yeah, I called them nigga, and ain't nothing they gonna do about it. And then nobody do nothing about it. That's why Teofimo can say, what a monkey's at, what a nigga's at. Because they know we too divided. God has fashioned me and shaped me all the way up to this point to be here, to not just speak the truth, but to know who the enemies within and the enemies from outside are. We don't have time for this, family. Years ago, y'all might have had time to be doing this inner beefing. We don't have the time anymore, family. The sport of boxing, one of the last stances we have to stand up as men and say, on a fair, even playing field, through my skill, my boxing IQ, my strength, my footwork, I am better than you. I can beat you. I am a man. I am strong. I am confident. I am masculine. I am something my children can look to and be proud. I cannot go to war with the enemies of truth when I have to deal with misguided mischief makers in my own community. So I'm going to say this, family. You are welcome. But if you know you got issues with people in these YouTube streets, and y'all know who is who, y'all get this straight, man. Especially before you bring your black ass to the cookout. If Aunt Martha knows she tried to sleep with Auntie Shay, man, they know they need to get that fixed before they come up in grandma's house acting a fool. Get it together. But if you try that small time crap on me, I'm telling you, family, I am going to destroy your character in front of many. Salute to my number one comrade, Sugar Free Mars, the queen of boxing media, Sugar Free Mars.
Brown sugar, babe,
I guess high up your love, I don't know how to be.
Scrapbook boxing. Oh man, listen, family. I have one of the other grandmasters in these spaces. Scrapbook boxing says, peace to you, brother Coach Hudson. Happy New Year's to you and your family. I just walked in. I've been away from the YouTube space for a while. First opportunity to visit you. I love this history. Salute to Scrapbook boxing, one of the other grandmasters. Now, for everyone who came in, look, I'm going to name off what my list was for the top 10 most influential Black American boxers and trainers that impacted the sport of boxing. Now, a lot of you hear pound for pound and focus on the word impact. This is about impact, okay? So, starting at 10, we have Bill Haney and, hold on, family. All right, family. Number 10, we have Bill Haney and Devin Haney for their business acumen that could potentially change the relationship between future free agent Black fighters and promotional companies. At honorable mention, Clarissa Shields, 10B, by my brother Patrice X. Moving on to 9, we have Deontay Wilder for his unapologetic Black stance and shining a light on the self-hate and coonery that literally split the Black boxing community. Number 3, we have the 1976 Number 8, we have the 1976 U.S. Olympic team. 7, we have Floyd Mayweather for his movement in promoting Olympic blood style random testing. And we are catching more cheaters every year. Number 6, we have the legendary trainer, Eddie Futch. Number 5, we have the old mongoose, Archie Moore, who took on the Italian mob and was forced to fight the great murderer's row all the way up until his late age, still becoming a champion with the odds against him. So make sure you all check out Champ Size documentary on the murderer's row, and you will have a lot more respect for the old mongoose, Archie Moore. At number 4, we have salute Andrew 100, the African warrior in the building. At number 4, we have Joe Louis. Why Joe Louis, coach, and not Sugar Ray Robinson? We have Joe Louis because he defeated Max Schmeling in front of Nazi Germany, in front of a Nazi Germany and in front of Hitler, forcing the United States to accept a Black hero, changing the impact on the sport of boxing. Number 3, we have Jack Johnson, the first Black world heavyweight, impacting the sport, creating what they call the monkey wrench, being unapologetically Black There are a few points against him, but we don't have to focus on that today. He changed the impact of the sport of boxing, whether you want to say it's good or bad, because after him, it would be almost 30 years before we would have another heavyweight champion, which was Joe Louis, and he was told, basically, you better walk on eggshells, because if you try that Jack Johnson crap, we're going to get you up out of here. Now, if Jack Johnson is number 3, we only have space for 2 more. Coming in at number 2, my favorite boxer of all time. Oh, hold on, family, because I got to play this.
Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Family, we might never. Listen to me. And let me show you how fair Coach Hudson is. That's my favorite. And I couldn't give him number 1. But you see that man on the screen? He's on a series called The Underground, family. If you all have never seen the series Underground, go watch it. The brother here that they put in plain sight is based off of the person who holds the first place spot. But let me tell y'all something about Ali. When people try to say Ali ain't the greatest, when James Toney get up there and say that, and Floyd say Ali wasn't the greatest, let me tell you all something. When these fighters get up here and talk about weight on their shoulders, they don't know what weight is compared to what Ali had to put up with. Best friends dying around him, beefing with the nation at the time, and still stood up and said, I'm not fighting in your war, strip me. Comes back 3 years later and still shows you how great he was. You all couldn't tie Ali's shoes. So coming in first place is the great Bill Richmond. Family, if you came in late, just know this is Coach Hudson's list. I know some are saying, what about Sugar Ray Robinson? What about Terrence Crawford? What about these pound for pound greats? This is not a pound for pound list. Many people all over YouTube have done that. We wanted to do something for this unapologetically black channel, and we wanted to start the year off because there's clearly so much inferior complex crap going on. I wanted us to talk about the greatest impactful fighters who were actually changing the whole scope of boxing. Later on next week, we are going to do the pound for pound American black fighters, which should be interesting. I want to thank everyone that came in today. I know the conversation might have went a little bit off track, but we still learned something in that as well, hopefully as brothers and sisters, and how we can deal with each other, about forgiveness, about being humble enough to apologize, about getting your paperwork clean. It's lessons in it, family. But I want you all to know, again, to the COINTELPRO boxing fan, to the self-hating Negro, to the haters amongst us, I want you to know that I see you. I'm going to let my brother Jamie come on up here and give us some final words, because Coach Hudson has been live for almost 4 hours, and this was not planned, but sometimes it works out like that. Brother Jamie, come on up to the front and leave the COINTELPRO boxing fan and the hypocrite with some last final words.
You just want to say, fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck, 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 fuck you, fuck you.
Peace to the family, peace to my comrades, and it's always smoke to the COINTELPRO boxing fan. All praise is due to the Most High. We talking boxing talk. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sometimes, like in boxing, life knock you down. Get up on both feet, we never accept defeat. Remove the chains off your mind and take your time. The truth teller's always on the front line. You COINTELPRO boxer fans, you're dead wrong. Spitting division and hate all day long. But I rebuke you spineless devils in the name of Jesus. And y'all know we really don't give a damn about your wicked motives, always trying to split the fam. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Sunday afternoon, I need to unwind. I grab a cup of tea and play my sister Sugar Free. Mom, her knowledge, she will set you free. But don't get it twisted, ain't nothing sweet. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. My brother Drew Titan early in the AM, always speaking facts about the code. All the truth tellers, yeah, they real bold. The General 7-8, yeah, he real cold. Need some boxing history, shout out to Stormy B. Queen Shawala, always on the scene. And gotta give a shout out to our champ side. Getting us real facts, always down to ride. Now through one of these truth tellers, you found me. Now let's talk boxing with Coach B. We talking boxing talk, so pay attention. God made you and I in his own image. Shout out to my brothers Freedom March, Patrice X, who helped me put this whole thing together, and my sister, the great honorable Dr. Cameron Fields, helping us get our minds right. Mind, body, and soul.